everybody. Welcome to Impossible Coin, where some of us are giving ultimatums, some of us are receiving ultimatums. It's a whole thing. Basically, the only way we can resolve everything that's going on here is to fire Jeff Sessions. We need to hire Jeff Sessions on the podcast, probably some kind of role where he doesn't have a lot of administrative importance. Possibly we get a Mr. Softy machine just so we can fill Mr. Softy cups. Then we fire him. That'll solve everything.
I don't even like Mr. Softies.
Instead of having him do the Mr. Softy thing, can we just have him divulge to us the location of the Keebler Elf Bakery? And then we'll let him go?
No, because you know what? There's lots of things I can harsh on Jeff Sessions for, but like, I'm not big on harshing on him for his physical appearance. He's not a fucking elf. He's a grown man. He's a dickhead. Let him be a dickhead.
Why can't... What? But he looks like an elf.
Oh, he doesn't. He looks like an old man.
He looks like a little tiny elf, like a gnome that lives in your garden and should know the secrets to the magical world.
Tegan, this is like where we were in 2016, and people are like, Ted Cruz looks like he's wet all the time.
Ted Cruz looks like a melting wax statue who doesn't understand how he's supposed to pose.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Like, all right.
But
he really does.
That is true, Tegan. But there are more important things that we can roast him for, like the fact that he's the Zodiac Killer.
Oh,
yeah,
are we
true.
Here? I should have packed a lunch.
You directed us, to be fair.
It's true.
You brought up the Keebler Elf Man.
No. What I said was do not...
Killer.
What I specifically said was do not engage in behavior where we roast politicians for their physical appearance when there are other things we can roast them for, you know?
We could just be angry at him for the other things. I thought roasts were supposed to be good-natured. Like, I'm not mad he looks like the Keebler Elf. I just think it's silly.
Then let me ask you a sincere question.
Huh.
If you, like, say, were working at a GameStop with Ted Cruz.
Jesus, really? That fucking sucks. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Oh,
okay.
How the mighty have fallen, Ted Cruz.
Okay, so, like, let's say Ted Cruz, Ted Cruz, key holder. That's where his life is now.
Aww. Okay.
You're working a shift with Ted Cruz. You've stocked all the new Calls of Duty, Funko Pops, and so forth. Do you have the kind of relationship with Ted Cruz where you could say to him, you know what, Ted, dog, you look wet all the time?
I mean, maybe. She did stock all the Calls of Duties with him.
I'm just saying that, like, I feel like good-natured ribbing is just that. It's good-natured ribbing. Like,
we may have the kind of relationship where I feel comfortable saying, why does everyone seem to think you look exactly like the Zodiac Killer when you look exactly like the Zodiac Killer? It's like, how does that make you feel, Ted? Why do you look sad and disappointed in your life choices all the time? Is it because you're working at GameStop? Let me get you a number for my therapist. Because at that point, I've already moved to Texas. I've already got issues. I moved to Texas specifically to continue working at GameStop. So there's something going on. Well, and obviously I have a fabulous therapist.
I mean, at this point, it's more likely that, like, Ted Cruz has been chased out of the state, and he now lives in Ohio? Yeah, he's hiding in Ohio.
Oh, right. So by that point, he actually has a pseudonym, and you go, you know what? You look a lot like Ted Cruz. Has anyone ever told you looked like the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah.
And then he fucking murders me in GameStop.
Oh, God. He might. Honestly.
Welcome to Impossible Coin. No one knows what's happening.
Okay,
also, we've been here for like 6 minutes and no one knows who we are either.
Okay, yeah, then that's important. That's important, Rocky Hardy of West Texas.
Hey!
Thank you for pointing that out. But we got caught up in this giant speed bump created by Tegan Somerset.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's Brian Cartwright. He's the one who's supposed to be directing us.
Yeah, he's in charge, the head honcho.
Who let me take the wheel?
I obviously shit the pillowcase today.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Here we are. We're on the other side of the election. Hopefully, if you're listening, you voted. If you didn't, let's be real, you're trash.
True enough.
Yeah.
If you didn't because you were murdered, involved in some sort of high crime where, like, you got in a car accident early in the morning on your way to the polls and, like, had to be hospitalized and couldn't get there, that's okay. I forgive you. Extenuating circumstances aside.
Look, Tegan.
You should have voted.
This show is not about edge cases.
I swear to God, if I find out that you're one of the people that could have voted for Beto and didn't vote for Beto, we are fighting. On site. Lost by 200,000 votes, man. In Texas, there's like 8 million people who voted. What the fuck? Sorry, more than 9. I think 9 million people voted.
That's too many people. You have too many people in Texas. You're a desert. How are you supporting all those people?
Actually, most of Texas isn't a desert. Also, I think there's like 22 million people in Texas.
What?
Yeah, like Tegan, they got multiple biomes up in Texas. Hell, they even got fucking swamps.
What?
Yeah, I think the only one we were missing is actual tundra, but like Lubbock sometimes gets there. It's like a every 3 years type of deal.
I thought you guys didn't have alpine or subalpine.
Nah. Like super East Texas, like once you get past Dallas and closer to like Arkansas, you get some alpine.
Wild.
What do we do? Oh, we kept Sherrod Brown. Good job. Good job, Ohio. I don't know who the other dude is, but like Sherrod Brown's the only politician who has ever fucking emailed me back. Wow! That's a lot of red. Ohio, come on. I know we're a lot of corn, but like, get your shit together. Jesus.
Okay, well, at least you guys aren't still sitting there biting your fingernails waiting for the results of a Senate race in your state.
True.
Florida.
It's like, it's...
We're looking
Arizona,
at you again,
actually,
Florida.
right?
Arizona.
Yep.
Did Arizona have a runoff? Yeah.
Well, Arizona is still tallying votes, and it's still gross. Let's see here. Let me see how close it is right now.
I can't believe anyone fucking voted for Mike DeWine. He's already been our governor for a while, and he was a fucking mess when we had him. And we voted for him again. I mean, better than the dude who was before him, but, you know, who, like, gutted our education fund, but...
So, right now, Kyrsten Sinema is ahead by about 1% of the total vote tally.
Welcome to Impossible Coin, where we're all still trying to figure out who the fuck is in charge.
True.
Next year it should be Brian.
Every week Tegan insists it's me. Every week I decline the role, and it is then re-offered the following week.
Yep.
Offered seems like a very small term. Like, it's more like just like presented, you know.
Congratulations to Brian, the person who is in charge of the show. And he goes, I am not in charge of the show. And we go, sure you're not, Brian. Good job running the show.
Like, yeah, Brad, you crazy, dude. Like, good job, though.
So, right now, Sinema is ahead about 30,000 votes. There are 360,000 mail-in ballots which are still being counted.
Good. Count them all. Count every single one.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maricopa County Recorder, Adrian Fontes, I think did what we would call the political equivalent of sticking his dick in the mashed potatoes.
Gross.
What? Why do we need equivalence to that image? What the fuck? All right.
Okay, look. Does anything say, like, come at me, quite like sticking your dick in the mashed potatoes?
Phrasing, and also, holy shit, man. Lyndon B. Johnson did something similar. He would just, like, whip out his dick at Senate meetings, or on the street with reporters. Apparently, Lyndon B. Johnson was literally insane. I don't know how he was the president.
He was president because fucking John Kennedy didn't have a bulletproof bowler hat.
Oh, yeah, true. That's right. Yeah. That is what happened.
When I'm elected president, I will wear a bulletproof bowler hat.
Jesus, this podcast is ostensibly about video games.
Is it? I can't remember.
To be fair, we are going to be talking about killing people.
True. A lot. That is a major portion of this upcoming show. The Arizona GOP party was like, hey, we want to sue you because of the fact that there are different standards in different counties in Arizona for validating the signatures of mail-in ballots. So, Adrian Fontes, Maricopa County Recorder, who won the job of Maricopa County Recorder because there was some serious bullshit with our previous recorder, Helen Purcell. So, Fontes issued this press release regarding the threatened GOP lawsuit. There are two parts to this issue, the ballot and the envelope. The GOP has asked me to sequester both as evidence. Keeping the ballots separate and uncounted is illegal, and I refuse to disenfranchise voters. But I still have the envelopes. So if they want to sue me for something, I understand the clerk's office is open till 5 p.m. Now, having heard that, let me revisit my previous statement regarding mashed potatoes. He done did this. Okay, all right. It was that is some come at me bro shit.
Amazing.
He ain't afraid of no man.
So good for Adrian Fontes. Saw a dude out there on Facebook like individually answering people's questions like, where can I drop off my ballot? I'm like, holy shit, you're just like responding to Facebook tags, Adrian Fontes, in like a county of like fucking 5 million people. Like, good lord.
Truly wild. Let's get it.
Yeah, like, man, like that is the heaviest fucking lifting. Like
that's some some anime shit. Brian, yeah. Wait, Brian hasn't watched it. Tegan, have you watched Summer Wars?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Summer Wars
remember,
is great.
You remember like the greatest granny in like all of Japan?
Yes.
Okay, so Brian, there's this lady in Summer Wars. I feel like I talked about this like a year and a half ago. I don't care. Whatever. There's this granny in fucking Summer Wars. She's like the head of this like family that's like well connected and whatnot. They used to be very rich. They're not super rich anymore. And when like this internet virus is like threatening civilization as they know it by disrupting things like water pipes and like traffic signals and life alerts, she gets on the phone and basically like yells at like the appropriate contact for like everyone in like the country of Japan so that they like slowly manually reset like the world essentially, since like the automated systems are all fucked, to the point that like the virus basically traces her phone calls and then fucks with her like her heart monitor, so when she has like palpitations like no one notices and no one helps her, so she just dies in the night. It was wild.
Yep.
I love
that
Summer
was
Wars.
Nuts. That was nuts. But yeah, she just was like calling people up like, hey, what are you doing? This thing is happening. You need to be on top of it. You need to be able to do this. Go back to this old system we used to use before there were phones and the internet. And everyone's just like, yes, ma'am.
And like, it was great because like she like cycled through various tones. There were some people that she was like obviously super stern with. There were some people who's like, hey, like I know you have this MPO, and if it's not going to help any people, then why the hell do you have it? Like she was just like goading people, intimidating other people, being diplomatic. It was like, it was a real like smorgasbord of like communication at that moment. It was really cool. You should watch Summer Wars, Brian. It's crazy long, and it's basically the Digimon movie with like heart feels and less kids, but whatever the fuck, man.
Which Digimon movie? Because there are several.
I think the first one. I think,
yeah,
right?
Bokura no War Game.
Yeah.
Our War Game! Our War Game is great, though. The dub for that is also great. The dub for that's amazing. It's so good.
I never watched the dub.
The dub for it is so funny! The sub's, like, very, like, honest. Like, the same way the Japanese animation was. Like, it's very earnest. And the dub is just like, we're cracking jokes. Also, there's a nuclear bomb that's gonna go right in the middle of Tokyo, because yay!
Yeah. Oh, man. But, like, I think I learned how to play Hanafuda because of Summer Wars. Like,
dude, Hanafuda's hard.
It's dope, though.
It is, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's real hard. Brian, do you know how to play Hanafuda?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's cool. Watching that movie will make like Hanafuda like an attractive option to you. Like, I promise, it's dope. Can we talk about video games at some point?
Tegan, are there any video games you would like to talk about today?
No.
Oh, shit. Foiled again.
I see that you'd like to talk about NaNoWriMo, the messiest video game.
Oh god, it's the worst video game.
Oh man.
It's the worst video game. So, I'm doing an abridged NaNoWriMo, because I suck, and I don't have enough time to write 50,000 words.
Tegan, what's NaNoWriMo? Like, people might not know.
NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. And every November, a bunch of people decide that, you know what? We hate ourselves, and we're gonna write 50,000 words in 30 days. And who cares if it's any good? you just gotta do it. And so I've been trying to do it since 2007. And half the years I just give up. Because what happens is all your writing friends just go radio silent for the entire month because they're trying to write 50,000 words. They don't have time. They can't be on Facebook. They can't, like, hang out. They have to do their thing because that's the goal. So I forget until about halfway through and people are like, I'm 20,000 words done. I'm 25,000 words done. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to start. So this time I started. I didn't join, the NaNoWriMo, like, website, because that's too much pressure. But I do have, a couple accountability buddies this year. And my goal, because I work 2 jobs and I do everything else, is only 30,000 words. So I only have to write 1,000 words a day. As of recording, I should be 10,000 words in.
Yes.
2,000 words in.
Tegan, it's not for you. I have bad news. This is not for you.
Also, like, NaNoWriMo.
I'm doing my best.
Do you have, like, did you, like, start with, like, an outline or something? Did you prep for NaNoWriMo?
I lightly prepped for NaNoWriMo. I didn't go in with any, like, grandiose expectations. I'm not writing an original work. I'm doing a fan fiction. Because then I don't have to worry about, like, the whole world building set. It's already there. I'm doing a continuation of one of the threads that I've been working on. So I'm just building the world around that particular part.
Okay.
So that section of it is already done. I haven't put that section in my word count yet because, that's not fair. Because I'm not there yet. But I have 20 days to write 28,000 words at this point. So I have to write 1,400 words a day to be caught up at this point.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing later. But, like, I'm just trying to get on my own leaderboard. Like, I'm not even worried about the global stats at this point.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna really compete with Stephen King, you know?
Right?
Fuck.
I mean, as long as it's, like, I feel like it flows into and out of the thread that I was working on well, and it's something that my partner who had, like, started the thread with me, would enjoy reading. That's all I care about.
Okay.
I'm doing it for me. But I'm a little behind.
I think that you'll find that if it's been a while since you sat down and created something with structure, you know, Rocky mentioned an outline. An outline can be very, very helpful. Also, before you write the thing that you want to write, sitting down and just writing some stream of consciousness stuff is like a warm-up exercise to, like, maybe discover phrases that you're interested in or words that you enjoy using. Like, a stream of consciousness exercise can also be helpful, you know, so, like, get your juices flowing. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about stream of consciousness. Because the other day I had a very, like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy moment. Right. Spoiler alert, I don't know what movie that's from. Or book, or whatever. Fuck it. I just gave Brian a heart attack on the show. You're welcome.
That was definitely a distinct knock-up right there.
Right, and all I could hear was, while I was trying to do everything else, like at my regular job, what I think is a line from a poem that I'm misremembering horribly. And it was just, I crown myself in light and scream because it's holy. And that's all I could hear all day. 10, 12 hours of just nothing else.
Wild.
It was awful.
I'm so sorry.
It was so bad. And I'm just like, maybe if I go to bed, I'll, like, wake up the next day and I don't hear it anymore. And I woke up and guess what? Guess what my brain woke me up with?
The same line.
Yeah, it did!
So Tegan, I think that's just like the non-audible version of
an earworm. It was awful.
And like, but like
Never.
the way to get rid of those, you got to find the end of the thing.
What's the end of the thing?
Well, I don't know.
How do you
like
find that?
you need to find the poem and then like read the end of it because like your brain keeps looping it because it's trying to remember how it goes. But if there's no conclusion, it just gets stuck in the loop.
Oh, so cool.
Also works with music, it gets stuck in your head.
Fancy. I wish I'd known that 2 days ago.
I feel that. Well, there are some songs, like, for example, We'll Never Have Problems Again from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, where the ending itself is actually self-defeating, and so it's not fun to remember it, which makes it harder to remember when that song gets stuck in my head. It's a whole thing.
What do you mean the ending is self-defeating?
So, like, it's kind of like a disco track, and it's, like, you know, bright and happy and, like, major key, whatever. And then, like, at the end of it is basically them, like, fading out, but they do it as a joke, so they're just like, and fade out, and fade out, and fade out, and fade out, until the point where they're not even, like, their tone disappears to the point where they're just whispering. And, like, the people in the background are still dancing, but they're not, like, fading out, like, visually or anything. Like, it's just, like, the camera panning, like, downward. And so, like, that's not a great way to end the song, so it's hard for me to remember outside of, like, the actual hook, which is actually really great. So.
Oh, no. That sounds like a nightmare.
It's pretty tough, especially because, like, the song is about them being super delusional. So, you know.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, no.
Yeah. Wait. No. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to ask you.
That sounds like a mess.
It's pretty messy. It is not fun to clean, Tegan. What else has been going on with you?
So while I've been trying to write, I've been watching Alex play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Uh-huh.
Brian, are you finally in on that?
I have been playing the Red Dead Redemption 2. I have some thoughts.
Okay.
I think it's really interesting that Rockstar settled on a control scheme for video games in about 2007 and said, we're good. We're good.
Well, like, Rockstar isn't really about the toy, remember? Like, they're mostly about, like, the world, the space.
Oh my god, that was funny, though. Because you're right. You're super right.
It's so hard to get lost in the world, Rocky, when you keep fighting the toy.
I mean, I definitely understand that. But, like, there are enough people where that isn't a huge problem. Like, it's more, like, familiar, I guess, because they're not fighting the toy.
Who's ready for a hot take?
I'm ready for a hot take. Me. Gimme.
Pretty sure that, like, when the collective video gaming world is done, like, heaving and tossing itself against Red Dead Redemption 2 and rolls off breathless and spent in a couple months, that there is going to be a cooling on the fan reception. I think that there are a lot of people right now who are doing, like, weird cognitive dissonance shit where they're, like, trying to explain to themselves and explain in critical writing, like, oh, the things about Red Dead that I hate, I actually love. Most people aren't good at gunfights, so the gunfighting should be hard. Or, not explaining systems clearly or hiding systems is good because it's not like this cowboy would know everything. And it's like, no, like, it just, there's lots of things that this game does well, but there's also things that, like, this game does poorly. And it's perfectly okay to say, like, a game is very good and that a game is very enjoyable and that a game also does things wrong. Like, these things can all be true at the same time. And I think that that's part of the problem, is that whenever a super duper mega big deal game comes out, a lot of times people who love that game, at least for a time, will approach conversation about that game with the idea that the game is, like, unimpeachable. That, like,
well,
yeah. And it's like, come on, like, really? Like,
I don't know, man. Like, it just seems like the honeymoon phase of the game, especially a game that's, like, been in development for a generation. Like, they're definitely going to dodge the bad stuff because they don't want it to hurt sales or anything like that.
And I guess that's part of the thing that, like, makes me real, is that, like, I don't feel like individual I have said over and over again on this show that brands are not your friends. Companies are not your friends.
Brands are my friends.
And that, like, nobody owes Take-Two Interactive, aka Rockstar Games, the, towing the line. Nobody needs to, like, help Take-Two sell more copies of Red Dead by not talking about anything that they might have a concern with in the game.
While I disagree with that, I think there are people that are in that position.
Whoa, Rocky, you think that people owe Take-Two towing the party line?
Some people do. Like, not people like us.
Who the fuck owes that to them?
I don't know, reviewers that are paid to make reviews. Like,
wait, whoa.
I'm not talking about the Schreiers or whatever. I'm talking about, like, the GameStops, the minor publications that are trying to gas up the place and shit. Those people sound like they owe Take-Two, like, Interactive, that dissonance because they're paid for it. But, like, those aren't people that we should particularly care about. I definitely understand that. But there are definitely people in that position.
So you're saying, like, the difference between paid sponsored content to promote the game versus, like, the average reviewer, Joe Schmo, who did not get any sort of compensation, just bought the game.
Right. Like,
Gotcha.
that guy doesn't have to pretend that Take-Two Interactive did everything perfect. And they still might anyways. And those people are definitely a problem. But there are definitely people who are paid by Take-Two Interactive or some subsidiary to try to make the game look better wherever they're talking about it. And that's why they might be contributing to that echo chamber.
That is going to exclusively be, or it should exclusively be, people who have self-identified as sponsored content, which is going to be like influencers and streamers. There are no review outlets out there providing sponsored reviews.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
And that was one thing that I think that we just needed to be clear on from like an editorial position, that like Impossible Coin is not out there saying that like there are review outlets taking money for positive reviews. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
What we're talking about here is influencers and streamers.
Yeah.
Producing sponsored content. And I'm not really talking about those people because for that, like I agree, Rocky. If you have offered up a pound of your flesh in exchange for the words out of your fucking mouth, then I guess you owe it to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm talking about here is like Joe Game Lad, guy who went and bought a game and has like tied up his identity in this game for like the last 12 months. And he gets home and he unwraps the game and he puts the game in his PlayStation. And then like fucking 3 hours later, he's playing Red Dead and he's like, oh man, this is the best game ever. And then like his wagon wheel clips through the fucking surface of the earth.
And he falls into the abyss.
And because the wagon wheel clipped in, he can't exit the wagon because the game's rules will only allow you to exit a wagon when it perceives you as being on like terrain. It's like, well, can I jump out of the wagon? No, it's not even giving me a jump out of the wagon prompt. Oh, so because this one wagon wheel has clipped through the surface of the earth, I can never exit this wagon again, and I now just need to reload my last quick save. Like, that happened to me within the first 2 hours of playing.
That happened to you?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was really specific.
Or the first time that, like, I brought deers to the guy in the really cold camp. Like when you go on your first, like, training hunt and you bring back the 2 deer, and, like, the guy in the hat is like, hey, man, want to help me skin these deer? And I'm like, sure, cool.
Yeah, and you do, like, a skinning tutorial of, like, here's how you do it.
Yeah, and it's like, and you're supposed to skin, you skin the 2 deer with the dude, and then, like, after that, you get a conversation prompt, and then you can go out and talk to other people. So I skinned the 2 deer, never got the conversation prompt, so it still thought that this skinning had to be done, even though the 2 deer were skinned, and I never got the conversation prompt. So I had to reload my quick save, skin the 2 deer again, and then I got the conversation prompt.
We haven't had those issues. We've had some silly bugs, but we haven't had anything that's like, fucking gotta reload my save now.
I mean, and admittedly, those are the only two things that have happened to me which have required reloading a save. I did have, like, during my first train robbery, I tried to tell the 3 people that I was going to spare their lives, and then, like, 2 of them ran into, the train car from whence they came, but then one of them climbed on top of the train car. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be up there, buddy.
I just got a feeling that, like, maybe you want to come down there? Come on, let's talk. I know I have a gun. I know I'm robbing you, but, like, let's talk this out.
But let's be real.
You have so much to live for.
You have climbed on top of the fucking train car. And I can only assume that that's because the game's logic did something like, say, like, if person is X feet away from the door of this vehicle, then they're not going to go through the door. But then when you spare their lives, it tells them, the game's like, okay, return this character to, like, this XY coordinate. But because he's further away from the door, then the game doesn't want to let him walk back through the door, but he still thinks he needs to return to the XY coordinate. So he's going to climb up onto the train so that way he can sit, in the same, like, XY grid position where he would be inside of the car.
Wait, was he sitting on top of the car?
Yes, he was.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, okay, all right, dude. I do find the game overwhelming in an interesting way. I feel like I'm spinning, like, say, a lot more plates than I did in Breath of the Wild. Like, a lot more plates.
Sure. And,
like, sometimes that's a good thing. Like, I actively enjoy cleaning my weapon. I didn't necessarily think I would. But it's like, okay, clean your weapon to get better performance out of your weapon. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll sit around and clean my fucking gun. Like, I will shave. I will go take a bath.
You took a bath?
You and your lad have not yet taken a bath? Okay, look. If y'all don't take a bath, people are going to think you stink, and that definitely changes things for you in the game.
Yeah, that is true. We've got some larger issues going on right now than not taking a bath, though.
Okay, y'all got some bounties?
No, I mean, we are wanted dead or alive in at least one county, but that's also not our biggest problem.
Well, then it's obviously the bath thing.
It's the bath thing, yeah, we need to take some more baths.
Oh, no.
Not gonna attract no nice folk.
That's right. Y'all gotta get that soap, get it right in there, take that bath. So, like, I do actively enjoy stuff like go long enough without taking a bath, and people will be like, Arthur, you smell like shit, and just, like, you get less money when you, like, sell stuff, and, like, some businesses will tell you, like, you can't come in here. I'm like, or that there are people who think that you, like, look less trustworthy if you're, wearing a full beard. Like, I like that. Or people kind of freak out if you shave your head. They're like, what the fuck are you doing?
And you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
that's why I shaved my head. I need to know.
Oh, God.
You're like, I too am early 2000s Britney having an existential crisis.
Yo, actually, the Britney thing's a really good story. Do you guys know that?
Do not.
T-Pain was talking about it a couple years ago. Britney, in 2000 was like peak Britney around the time. And she was like constantly being handled. She was always being touched. She never made any decisions. Like, she wasn't allowed to make decisions about her life or anything like that, or hair or all that. And there was one day when, like, one of the studio hairdressers kept messing with her hair, and she told her to stop, and she wouldn't. Because, it was her job. She was directed by the studio. Like, Britney doesn't actually pay her. But she wouldn't listen to Britney when she was, like, messing with her hair. So what she does is that she goes and gets some clippers and she shaves it off, because now no one can mess with her hair. Like, she made that decision. While it was definitely, like, the beginning of the publicly known descent into madness, it was actually her retaking control of her life.
I think that there is a big difference between Britney shaving her head and Britney at the club putting a pocket full of vomit into her pocket with Kevin Federline and then telling the assembled reporters that was peanut butter.
Why would you put peanut butter in a pocket?
Well, yeah, like, I think that the part of that story, which is the troubling thing, is that she thought that putting, like, unwrapped peanut butter into her pocket was, like, a lie that would, like, cover and make sense and be okay. Like, hey, everybody was okay. It was peanut butter. Like, I have never heard that hair story, Rocky, and, like, I think I kind of like it. I think I root for it. Like,
Yeah.
It does bother me that she still doesn't have autonomy at a legal level.
Yeah.
It's
not great.
Weird and gross, and it kind of makes her like perpetual like Las Vegas, residencies kind of like problematic, because you're like, are you on the Vegas treadmill because you want to be on the Vegas treadmill, or are you on the Vegas treadmill because you literally cannot say no?
I mean, I get that, but, like, like, also, her sister, like, tried to start off, but, like, that was mostly Britney's money that got her in the first place, and Kevin Federline fucked up her finances. Like, oh my god. Like, talk about wasting someone's time, Shit.
Ugh. But, okay, speaking of wasting someone's time, so what is the biggest problem that you're having right now in Red Dead, Tegan?
Tuberculosis.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fuck.
We look
That's a
like
big
shit.
deal.
We sound like shit. We're coughing up blood all over the place. It's like a problem. It's a real problem.
That is a real problem.
That's a real problem.
Yeah.
Tuberculosis is real.
Holy shit.
You
You need tuberculosis in this game, goddammit.
Yeah, yep, and you get it. I don't know if that's a spoiler. Spoiler alert, you get tuberculosis. Amazing.
I have like started like poking around, trying to find some goofy shit on the map. I heard some stuff about a ghost, so I went and I tracked that down.
How was that?
I enjoyed it. Apparently there are multiple ghosts in the game hidden.
Mm-hmm.
So the ghost I went and tracked down was in the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys done that? Have you fucked with that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so you gotta like kind of like ease off and like peep on her through your spyglass, so that way she doesn't disappear. And
right.
And eventually, like if you do it enough times, like the last thing she'll do, the last thing that she'll show you is like the tree where she hanged herself.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, when I went by that tree, some like fucking dude just like popped out of a bush, and he was all wild and his hair was all scraggly and he had a big ass long beard, and he just fucking came at me with a machete, and I'm like, what are you doing hiding bushes by old hanging trees? Also, things that will never get old in this game are throwing dynamite at the Ku Klux Klan.
I know, it's so good. The fact that, like, killing KKK members does not decrease your honor is the best thing.
So, have you guys tried to, like, follow them and see, like, what happens when they... Because, alright, I don't know if you guys have just, like, peeped on them and not thrown dynamite yet.
We haven't gotten fully into the dynamite throwing habit. Last time we saw some KKK members, they were putting up a cross, and the cross fell over and killed two of them.
Yeah.
We just killed the last dude.
Yeah. I have not found the ghost train. I've heard about a ghost train.
I've heard about a ghost train too. We have not found it. We did find a boy in the wild, or a man, I guess. He had a beard. Makes him a man, right?
Did he come at you with a machete?
No, he did not come at us with a machete. He sicked a set of wolves on us.
Oh, fuck him.
We were
That's
like,
wild.
what? We're like, what is this grumbly man doing? And then these wolves came and they're all hanging back, and we're like, why does he have wolves? And we're like, we're just gonna approach real slow, and we like eased up, and the wolves shot out at us, and we're like, well, I guess we gotta murder everybody then.
Oh, shit.
We skinned the wolves too.
I have not tried to follow the serial killer plot yet. I know that there's like a full-fledged like serial killer quest chain.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, as fun as serial killers can be.
Right. I have not found the flying saucer yet.
Aww. You'll find it.
I did find the giant hiding behind the rock.
The giant? You found the giant?
Yeah.
Dude, we haven't done that one yet.
Yeah. He's just like sitting there like hiding behind a rock and he's like, hello, I'm really big, so I can't go into town. I'm too tall. He's like, will you be my friend? And,
oh no, are you his friend?
And then like Arthur's like, well, I guess I could be your friend. Fuck it, I don't know, man. It very much seems like a Hauser game. Like when you're playing that, I'm like, this is some Grand Theft Auto bullshit. Like, also there are enough cheeky pun stupid signs in that game.
Right.
Like, I'm like, yeah, this is the fucking Hausers. I think that's part of like, when I think about like the big sprawling systems driven open world games that really yanked my crank last year, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed Origins, neither one of them seemed content to like really wallow in a sense of humor designed for like a 16-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it really feels like the Hausers like never
got out of there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
They're
like,
just like, who's our favorite customer? 16-year-old boys.
yeah. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Making billions of dollars doing Grand Theft Auto Online. What are you doing?
Oh. Okay. Then never mind me. I'm dumb.
You're not dumb. You're just ahead of yourself.
Look, I can't go into town. I'm too tall. So I think Red Dead is good, but I don't think it's sucking the universe's dick or anything.
Wouldn't it be the other way around? Wouldn't it be like the universe be sucking Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, the universe is definitely sucking Red Dead's dick.
Okay.
They're just not reciprocating.
Yeah.
They're selfish lovers. I get that.
That's what's going on. Is the universe is sucking Red Dead's dick, and Red Dead's like, oh, I'm going to get you taken care of. Don't worry. But meanwhile, I'm going to have this sandwich.
Oh, God. That's so obnoxious. Like, why wouldn't you stop? Because the jackass is obviously sitting there eating a fucking sandwich. Like, dripping vinegar on your back or some shit. God damn it.
Vinegar?
Yeah.
What kind of sandwich you eating that has vinegar in it?
Italians.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't that sounds like it's got way too much sauce on it.
They're also probably not being super careful. Like, they're getting their dick sucked. In addition to eating a sandwich. They're monsters.
Yeah, they're just not good people.
They're monsters.
I'm a 200-hour cowboy game. I'm going to have this sandwich.
Whoa, 200 hours is a lot.
It is
Riding
a lot.
fucking horses. Feeding your horse oats. Petting it.
Giving it a bath.
Giving it a bath. Taking a bath.
Don't forget to give your horse a bath after you put all those dead animal skins on top of it, because you know that thing's going to attract critters.
Can you give it a bubble bath?
No, you can't give it a bubble bath. You just, wash it down, regular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what the most disgusting thing in Red Dead Redemption 2 is, though? The skinning process. I am horrified. For the first time, I saw Alex skin a snake last night. I'm sure he's been skinning snakes all day, every day. But it was the first time I saw it. And it just, he just fucking sliced it and then turned it inside out. Like it was some kind of fucking sock. What the shit?
That's how you skin a snake.
It's disgusting!
You know what you do after you skin a snake?
You throw it on the ground in disgust, and then you pocket the fucking... your pockets are full of blood. What the hell? I don't support
Better
this.
than pockets full of peanut butter, Tegan.
Ugh. Gross.
True.
Probably have to take a bath.
So, Tegan, what's this about a closet cosplay?
You know what game's coming out Friday?
Yeah, Let's Go Bold and Brash and Let's Go Belongs in the Trash.
No.
Wait. Rocky, why are you hating on Eevee like that?
What?
That was a squeal. That was up there.
What?
I'm not sure if I'd call Pikachu Bold and Brash either, Brian. If we're going to be 100% honest. They're kind of interchangeable.
Look, fucking Pikachu got
so
on a
mean.
treadmill and did that DDP yoga, and his lifestyle's real now.
He's definitely slimmed up over the years, but I feel like that's just the studios controlling him, man. I don't think Pikachu want to live like that. Bring back fat Pikachu, honestly. The little chub was doing all right.
Little chunky boy!
Also, like, I heard this week that apparently natures can be changed at will in Pokemon, and I don't support it. Well,
What?
Pokemon Let's Go. Yeah.
Really? That's nuts.
Yeah. For people who don't know, there was a system that was introduced in Gen 3 of Pokemon that gave Pokemon various natures, like timid, or sturdy, or bold, or brave. And those changed their ultimate like stat potentials. So if you were building a particular team, it was usually worth some time to find a Pokemon with a particular nature that you want, which I always found endearing, because it's like Pokemon are about picking partners. And so, like, you need the right kind of partner to do the things that you're asking them to. You know, it's like an interview or whatever. You interview all the Bulbasaurs. You find the one that is timid, that can get that speed off, or bold, that can take the hits. And then, like, you train that one up, you know? But, like, in Let's Go, like, that's just changed at will. And I don't know how they're going to explain that away. Because, like, you don't change people's natures at will. Or anything's nature at will. Like,
I
it's
wonder
weird.
if it's going to be, like, the more time you spend with it. Or, like, if you spend time doing a certain thing, if they become, like, whatever.
Okay, but, like, Tegan, listen to this sentence just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I had this Bulbasaur, right? And it was bold, but I realized I needed something timid. But after hanging out with it, spending some time with it, I've ultimately made it timid from being bold.
You're
That's
being
insane.
so mean! You're so
Like
mean to your Bulbasaur!
That's what I mean. That's not okay. You shouldn't be able to do that.
What if you made your Bulbasaur timid by just, like, watching scary movies with it, and he only watches them with you because he knows you like them, but he doesn't like them because he can't protect you from the scary movie?
Oh, no.
Tegan, that is a lot more sunshine and rainbows than the things that sprang to mind for how you would make an animal timid, and those are all real bad. So
Yep. I mean, I guess conversely, like, you could take a timid Pokemon and make it more bold, which could be a more heartwarming story. But, like, the idea of changing natures as a whole seems, like, gross and unnecessary. I'd rather celebrate the nature of the Pokemon that I have. But, like, that's me. That's my relationship with the series. And this is just another thing in the list of things that I don't like what Let's Go is doing. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not in. I'll wait for the next Pokemon mainline game.
I'll let you know how it goes, cause, we're doing the midnight. Cause it's Nintendo. Nintendo only releases games in the middle of the goddamn night.
Yeah.
So I've been conscripted to work that shift, and, I'm gonna dress up like Eevee.
Okay. I feel that.
Well, here's hoping that you and Ted Cruz have a successful launch.
Yeah, well, it's me, Ted Cruz, and my cohort from my other job, who's gonna be Pikachu. So we're gonna have a Pikachu and an Eevee partner. Yay!
And Ted Cruz is Bulbasaur.
No, Ted Cruz is gonna be the Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, Ted Cruz does not deserve to be Bulbasaur. Right?
Dude,
Bulbasaur
just
is
picture like
great.
Ted Cruz, like Bulbasaur.
No, he's gonna be Blastoise. He's gonna be like, really?
He might actually be Blastoise.
Yo, he does not evolve into Blastoise till he gets on Pornhub.
Blastoise.
Oh, God.
I retweets it on his main Twitter.
On Maine. On his actual, like, Senator Ted Cruz Twitter. Oh, he didn't retweet. He, like, liked it.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
yeah.
And, you know, it's like his public. What a goon.
All right, to be fair, Ted Cruz cruising Pornhub is not what makes him a goon, but we are observing the fact that he is a goon.
Like, he's a goon because he didn't know that his likes were public. Like, if I have a senator, I want him to fucking know that if he likes some shit on Twitter, we can see that shit. Like, he should have that kind of sense. Bethel would have that kind of sense.
But, you know what, to be fair, Ted Cruz liking pornography should not be a thing that, like, shames him. The fact that, like...
that's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody likes porn. Well, except for Tegan. And, like, other ace people. I totally get it.
Except for Tegan and other people.
Well, like...
Everybody likes porn except for the people who don't. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I know that's not specific, but that's the position that I'm in. It's not...
Though not specific, it is true, Rocky, and that is the part we celebrate.
Yeah.
So, Rocky, you're playing Moonlighter? Because I am also playing Moonlighter, and I want to hear how you're doing.
Okay, so, like, Moonlighter's dope. I've been waiting for this game for a year, so I'm sorry I'm going to talk about this year-old video game. Moonlighter is a game, it's like a top-down 2.5D Zelda-like. Or I guess if you need a more like recent example, it's closer to like Binding of Isaac without like shooting. I guess you can get the bow, but the bow's not the same as like the pellet gun or whatever the fuck you use in Binding of Isaac. And there's a lot of like secrets to explore, and there's items to like collect, and like you collect your items and you take them out the dungeon and you sell them in your shop or whatever. There's a lot of little tiny systems that are cool. Like it has you sort your items in your bag a certain way, and there are decisions you have to make associated with that. There's an actual monster in every dungeon that sometimes just shows up, and if it touches you, you will die. That's just it. Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of this dungeon, bitch. My territory now.
It's just a button also. Like if you just like, you know what? I got enough stuff. I'm out. Peace. You throw a peace sign like that kid from like that Vine, and then you're just out of the dungeon. You go home. And when you're selling shit in your shop, you set your own prices because you don't know how much anything is worth at first. So you gotta experiment a little bit. And sometimes you price stuff too low and people take advantage. And then sometimes you price stuff too high and people get upset. You know, you gotta find a happy medium. And then there's like goons that'll show up in your shop just to steal your shit. You know, it doesn't matter that you had to kill some goofy ass monster with 2 health left just to get this 10,000 gold item into your shop. He's just gonna walk in and try to steal it anyway, so you get to fucking dive tackle him and take your shit back. It's great. I love this game. You update your weapons, you get your armor that increases your health for some reason, which is a little weird, but you know, whatever. You just upgrade it and you get armor points. There's poison in it. I don't know how to deal with it yet. I really like finding the secret rooms or like the secret floors because there's like holes in the ground that you can fall in and take damage. But sometimes you don't take damage. Sometimes you just end up in a completely different room.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can send some stuff back early, which is my personal preference. But sometimes you can fight for special items. Or sometimes the best item in that fucking dungeon's just in there. Like just in that fucking room. It's like, oh, you need the history of all the golems ever? For sure, man. Right here. You can sell it for 5K. Enjoy it, man. Game's dope. I'm really happy with it. And like I have a competitor who basically just tries to overprice everything that I've sold like a week ago, so I get to laugh at him. I get to expand my shop. I get a better bed. I got a shiny cash register, so everyone pays me 20% premium on all my prices because they know that I'm good for it. It's cool. I like the world that I'm in. How are you playing right now, Tegan?
I just started and I'm really bad. I'm playing on normal difficulty and I die all the time and I can't remember to take all my stuff out of the thing and I'm selling stuff at the wrong price, but I do have the hero sword and shield, so fuck everybody else.
Hey, like I'm actually running Hero's Sword and Hero's Bow.
Ooh, okay.
And I just realized that the bow had a charge shot. You know, you start with sword and shield, so like B just like puts up the shield or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But every other weapon type, I guess they're cestas, but like they're basically fist weapons. The lance and the bow have like a charge attack if you hold B.
Mm-hmm.
And like the bow's charge attack actually deals, well, double damage, but it also pierces through targets. So like you can line some shit up and then just like charge up the shot and like pop all of them for like 100 damage each from a distance with no retaliation. It's
way safer. Dope. It's way safer.
Yeah.
I have the adventurer's bow right now, the hero's sword and shield, and I was running the broom still for my spear, but I just upgraded it to a real spear.
Oh fuck. No, I remember
the
like
broom!
I love how like they put you in that first run, like that designed for you to just get wrecked because there's way too many enemies and you have a fucking broom.
Right.
I was messing around with it, like I was actually running around and like hitting stuff. I killed a couple of things, so I think you could potentially kill everything. It's just stuff keeps spawning.
I killed a bunch of stuff. Like I feel like I almost got through, and then it was like, okay, no, we're gonna spawn the big things. And I was like, ah. No. Have you seen the slime ghost yet?
The what?
The slime ghost?
Swan ghost?
Slime ghost. SLIME. Ghost.
Oh, yeah, like the big green thing that like chases you around.
Yeah, you can't kill that.
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
If you touch it, you will die.
You will die. Yep. Yep. That's I was like, what is this thing? How do I kill it? And so I paused the game and I'm looking it up and it goes, oh yeah, we put that ghost in there to say like, you're taking too long, leave. or go to the next floor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
I'm like in the second biome right now. Like it's like forest.
Oh, yeah?
But I really like how in one level you have a like potential or like a chance of getting to like a room that has like a warp panel. Well, not a warp panel, but kind of like an augmented reality sort of thing that allows you to preview the next stage, just like one room of it.
Yeah. Foresty weirdness.
In the forest, like you're able to preview the next level, which is like the desert, but there's like lava monsters about, and like I was shook. And like the effect that they have on it where it kind of like stretches and like bounds.
Yeah. It's weird.
Like, yeah, it's super trippy, but it's a very well executed idea, I think. I don't know why that happens. I hope that comes up at some point.
I'm just mad that I can't, when I kill things in that, they don't drop anything.
In the desert one, they definitely do.
They
like,
do?
You get access to items that will help you upgrade the next thing, but they seem to be set up in a way where it'll just give you the preview of the items. Like, it'll never let you actually complete them.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like, because I got, like, an armor set, I think after my 6th run when I realized I could get armor. And that's when I started trying those, like, warp zones, and then it would let me see, like, oh, yeah, like, there's the next forest thing. These are what the stats look like. And you already have one of the items, but there's one of them that you probably can't get right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want Will to, like, live a good life, but I also, like, feel that old man who's like, man, is like, Will, just give up on the dungeons. Like, your dad died in there. Just hang out. Work the shop. This is enough. And, like, I totally get that, too. Like, if the dialogue feels, like, real, especially, like, even, like, the people, like, are popping into town.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, I've upgraded my shop to level 2, so now I can take, like, requests from people. So, occasionally people will walk up to, like, the counter and it's like, hey, can you get me, like, this item in a certain number of days? And they give me, like, a huge premium on it. Like,
and
they
you're
want,
like, heck yeah, I will. Let me figure it out. Let me figure out whatever the logistics are for that nonsense.
And it's so good. Like, there's like ancient wood that I can get. Like, and this guy wants like a stack of 5. It's gonna be 20 grand for it.
Dude.
Yeah, like I'm dealing in real money right now.
That's too much money.
No, actually it isn't. Like, once you get to like, so you can upgrade your weapons, like enhance them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first enhancement on like the hero sword's like 16 grand. But the second one is like 64 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So like you actually need the money. You burn through it. It's a business.
Oh no. I'm not ready to burn through money. I'm not ready. I don't have I haven't built the rival shop yet. I've just done the witch's hut and the blacksmith. Okay.
No, that's pretty much what I did. Like, I didn't build the competitor until I got to World 2.
Okay.
Yeah, almost certainly just to ensure that he would be behind. I don't know if that actually makes him behind, but it makes me feel better about it.
I gotcha.
Ooh, also those blueprints, like in the 3rd floor of the golem place, you want to stack a bunch of those.
Stack of those? Okay.
Because you can sell each one for like 1,500.
I've got 4 sets of blueprints now. And I had 2 golem tomes, but I sold one of them. So, do you sell any of your weapons when you're like done with them?
I have only been using 2 weapons, so I keep upgrading just the hero's weapons. I do have a poison spear that's kind of sitting around. Mm-hmm. And I kind of feel bad because I know there are people coming in my store because, they have the icons or whatever that clearly wants to just buy equipment from me, but I don't want to sell the spear because I feel like I might use it someday. Like, I'm being real stingy about it. I don't know. But I don't know what the price points are for, like, the merchant items. I feel like they would sell pretty well, but I haven't experimented with that yet. I definitely don't want to put a spear up that I could sell for, like, 20 grand and then, like, price it at, like, 3 or something like an idiot.
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I always feel like a dickhead, like, whenever I see, like, the golden eyes come up, like, oh, man, this is a steal. And it's just
I'm like,
fuck.
oh, no.
I
should have sold that for more. Could have made so much more money.
Actually, so there's this one time, I went to one of the newer GameStops in town where I didn't know like any of the people there yet. And I saw that they actually mispriced Shin Megami Tensei 4 because they mislabeled it as Steel Diver, like the one for the DS.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Wow!
Yes.
Oh Jesus! You!
Yeah.
Oh God!
And like the girl working at the counter, she had no idea. And so when I took it up to the counter like to buy it, it was like used too, so it didn't come in the box.
Right.
So like I know like personally like at the time that was a $40 game. It might still be a $40 game, but she gave it to me for $3.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wow!
Dude.
Yeah, so I played the shit out of that game. Like I completely like I think I put maybe a solid 70 hours into that game. I got the end, like the true ending. You have to balance like order and chaos or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I took it back to the same GameStop. I don't think it was the same girl, and I traded it in for $15. So like, it was definitely a thorough win for me. I was really happy.
Yeah,
with
Jesus.
how that played out.
Oh God.
Truly history's greatest monster.
Oh man. But yeah, that's why I've been playing Moonlighter. Brian, I don't know if it's not qualified. It's not eligible for Game of the Year, so we probably can't count it. But you should play Moonlighter anyways. It's a fun little game.
Yeah, and like I think that the three of us are probably gonna have a heart-to-heart real soon about what our end of the year proceedings are gonna look like this year.
Yeah.
That may yet come up in the way that we revisit what is close to our heart this year. Rocky, something which isn't apparently close to your heart are your tarot cards.
Yeah, I'm pretty distraught. I have a deck of tarot cards, or I had a deck of tarot cards, and I don't know where they are anymore. I did have them for Halloween. I know that because a friend of mine wanted a reading at one of the parties that I went to, so I know I read cards there. But I think I actually brought them back with me and had them at work on Tuesday or Monday. But I do remember that Wednesday I only took a half day. And I feel like I had the cards with me then, but I honestly can't remember. And I've basically torn up my apartment looking for them, and I don't know where they are. But if I've messed up the timeline anywhere, like, I may have actually lost my deck of tarot cards forever, which kind of sucks. Because, like, I have history with those cards. They were very dear to me. I have no idea where they are now.
Do you think that your tarot cards are lost in the dot in the I in Jeremy Baramy?
Oh, God.
Oh,
I'd be really fucking upset. Like, more upset than I am just about the dot on the I and shit. And because I remember when I was writing it on the show doc, Tegan had questions. Yes, I do read tarot. I've been reading tarot forever. This particular deck I've only had for maybe 3 years now, but I've been reading tarot like on and off for about 10 years.
How do you read tarot?
What do you mean? Like, well, I do.
How do? Get card, spread out in magic, and then boom, future.
More or less.
How tarot? How do?
Like it's still just like a cheap parlor trick, to be honest. I read Celtic Crosses. That's the reading that I'm most comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Some people may recognize it from Mad Men. Anna actually reads Dawn's cards back then, and that was actually pretty validating for me as like a young, what was I, 17-year-old possibly at the time, and I'm like, hey, that's my reading. They definitely flub some things about like the cards because I usually do like a very like bare bones reading. I don't like going into detail because I know there are definitely tarot readers out there who are just like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have 4 kids and die next week or some shit, and like the cards have never said anything like that to me. That
sounds right.
Sense.
That's the kind of reading I want. Fuck it.
Well, I don't do those. I'm sorry, Tegan.
Aw, I can't eat myself into the void.
Well, I mean, you could definitely do that, but not with tarot cards.
Aww.
And like, you know, I just like, I let people shuffle like the cards themselves, and then I read the Celtic Cross. I use a Rider-Waite deck because it's like, that's the deck that made the most sense to me. Ironically, I think the first deck I ever had actually stole, because like getting an actual deck and trying to use it is more or less a complicated process. I mean, unless like you actually know a witch or a bruja or some shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You can order tarot cards on Amazon.
That's what I mean. Like, it's actually a bad idea generally to pay money for tarot cards.
What?
Like, I mean, you can definitely buy tarot cards, but like, if you want to use them, buying them is probably like a bad idea. Same for like also receiving them as a gift. There are connotations to that affect like the way that cards read.
So how the fuck is anybody like? Are you just supposed to like
So
hold
how
up
do
a
you
liquor
obtain the
store?
cards?
Like
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's tricky. That's why like the first time I actually got a deck, I actually stole, not from a bruja or anything, but like
From a store?
from a store.
was it a Spencer's Gifts?
I actually was at Barnes and Nobles.
Close enough.
Yeah. The deck that I recently had was a secondary deck that belonged to a local bruja, and she like cleansed it and gave it to me because she had received a deck that she liked more and she no longer had a use for the Rider-Waite deck. Actually, he gave it to me, and that was a deck I'd been using for the past couple of years. But yeah, it's weird and complicated.
How do you get a deck if you can't spend money on it? You have to like trade? Can you like go to like one of those shops? You know what I'm talking. Like the shops for like mediums that sell like white sage and that sort of thing, and be like, I need to barter for a tarot deck?
Potentially. Like, I mean, there are definitely people that will sell you a deck with no qualms, but like at that point I would just say that you should exercise extreme caution both attuning and using that deck.
How do you attune a deck? Wow!
Well,
you can tune a deck, but you can't tune a fish! What?
Yeah, Tegan. God damn it. Attuning a deck is just mostly just spending time with it, just keeping it around, just so that you become acclimated and comfortable with it. Some people like suggest sleeping with it under your pillow or just carrying it around in your daily life, like try to keep like physical contact with the deck and shit like that. But like usually you only need to do that for like the first week of like having it, and then you can just kind of let it sit around. Some people like, there are some brujas that are pretty intense about it. I know one that actually keeps a certain deck in a particular like blessed wooden box that's like filled with sage because it's quote unquote aggressive. But that's a whole other thing.
Oh no.
Tarot cards are weird, but they're also cheese, you know? Like, usually they don't, for lack of a better phrase, tell people things they don't already know. It's mostly just like refocusing and putting things in perspective. Yeah.
Weird.
So
you're gonna have to teach me how to do this over Skype.
Okay.
Teach me how to read tarot out of Skype.
I think that's the thing that we can do. Man, I gotta find that deck because it's dumb. That's the thing. Like, it'd be different if I actually knew what happened to the deck. Like, I lost it in a fire, or it fell out of a car, or some shit. But like, I don't know what happened to the deck, and half of me is pretty sure that it is somewhere in my apartment, and half of me thinks that I just left it somewhere and it's gone forever. But I don't know which, and it makes me upset.
If it's in your apartment, could it be hiding from you?
That is a possibility.
Like,
but
it's like, I am not to be used for fucking drunken reads, Rocky, and it like shuts itself in its room.
I totally get that.
Spiritual void.
I actually do read drunk more often than I'm proud of, but it also like helps me relax. So, I mean, hopefully the cards understand. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to argue with the tarot deck. It's not a place that I want to be in my life.
Is it enough to make you want to murder a man, Brian?
Brian, Hitman, hit me with it, dude. Let's go!
Okay. So, game unlocked at 10 p.m. for me Thursday night. Dumped 2 hours into it before I went to bed Thursday. And for a guy who's got to be up at like 5:30, not the best idea.
Sure.
Then got home Friday, streamed Hitman for 4 hours on Impossible Coins Twitch.
Yeah.
Expect more of that henceforth, because Brian's got to get his levels up on all the maps, so that way I can unlock all the tools. And once I got the tools unlocked, they weren't started in on contracts, but I think that like what's going to be up next Friday is the first elusive target. Let me look at a calendar. Okay, we got a little bit longer on that first elusive target. But the first elusive target is going to be fucking Sean Bean. So that's going to be wild.
How's that going to work?
Huh?
How's that going to work?
They mocap Sean Bean's ass and I'm going to murder it.
What? I mean, is Sean Bean going to, like, be easy to kill, do you think?
Well, they're calling the elusive target the Undying, so I'm guessing not. So, man, like, all right, it's kind of.
I heard he's gonna be like super suspicious of everything, and like be really hard to kill.
Would not surprise me
because he dies in every movie.
So I have only dug into so far 3 of the new maps because I'm taking my time and like I'm hitting stuff with like multiple playthroughs before I'm moving on. Like I still have a shit ton of stuff to do in the 3 maps I've already touched, and I'm going to be spending some more time in those before I move on to the other maps. I've also spent some time on like Hitman 2, and this is kind of an important statement about the value proposition of Hitman 2. Hitman 2 just includes Hitman 1. It's just like, fuck it, here you go. Hitman 1.
We know you want to play Hitman 1, here you go.
Yeah, so like all of the maps from the last Hitman game are in the new Hitman with all of the new features. So it's like, yo, you want to play that Hitman? You want to play that Hitman and have it, have reflective mirrors that actually work? What's up? You want to play that new Hitman and have crowd blending? What's up? Crowd blending is real. And so, like, that's been really cool. Because it means that, like, old maps are presenting new challenges, also because they changed the way that fire extinguishers work. A lot of cheese that used to be possible in the game is no longer possible. You can't just like run up on a guy with a breaching charge and a fire extinguisher and be like, surprise, go meet Jesus. Because that's just not going to work no more. Also, there have been very small, subtle changes in some of the existing maps, from Hitman 1. And because there are still unlocks associated with playing the old maps too. And so I'm like, I know my way around those maps like the back of my hand. Like maybe like let me spend some time on some of those because I know I can like increase my level on those maps like really, really quickly. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like racing through Sapienza because like I know that seaside Italian village better than Phoenix. And Tegan, I've played 400 hours of Hitman 1. Yeah.
You have to have been in Phoenix longer than that.
Yeah, you lived for longer in Phoenix.
Well, I'm just, okay, it's a smaller space. Like, if obviously there are going to be neighborhoods in Phoenix, which I'm not terribly familiar with, but like...
Well, that's because they have gates. You have to sneak in. Just get in a white van.
Over the fence.
Get in a white van, steal someone's outfit, it'll be fine.
Just like, you gotta tap the guard, just like, give him an eighth, and then... get him to look the other way. It's very simple. So, like, I was running around Sapienza, and I went to one of the usual places I go to disable the security cameras, and all of a sudden there was an extra guard there now, and I'm like, oh shit. The new maps have so far been, like, incredibly, like, refreshing and exciting. Like, it's fun to be lost in Hitman again. The Miami level is just, like, absolutely gargantuan. I was just wandering around in this fucking silly-ass flamingo outfit. I'm, like, walking around with a briefcase dressed as a flamingo, and I'm like, I have no idea where I am, and I have no idea how to get to where I need to be. But it felt good,
not knowing what kind of threats are around the corner, not knowing where I'm trespassing, where I'm not knowing if, in this outfit are there areas where people will shoot me on sight, like I
want someone
fun.
to shoot the flamingo on sight, please. Please.
So far, I have not found a hostile area for the flamingo.
Aww.
Looking at some of these challenges and some of the maps that I've been in, there's one which appears to be about like assembling a band and then playing with it in Colombia.
Do you mean Super Mario Odyssey?
Yup. It appears to be a reference to that.
Oh my god, yes!
Well, jump up, superstar.
It appears to be the ultimate resolution of this challenge is going to include a woman in a red dress coming out.
Yes! I hope you're the woman in the red dress.
Look, 47 is not a woman in a red dress.
When are we gonna get that DLC that lets us build our own Agent 47 and make them a woman? When are we gonna get that DLC that lets us play as the scary nuns? The pleather nuns!
Tegan, we don't talk about absolution around here.
I just want to play as the nuns! I just want to be that hot! I just want to be that hot.
I ran into the hippie from the last Hitman game in the Columbia level. He appeared to be on a secret mission to deliver a souvenir fire truck full of super cocaine.
Super cocaine?
Yep, that was kind of what I said, Tegan.
Super cocaine.
Yes. Super cocaine is a phrase said in all seriousness in this video game.
Wow! Amazing!
Yep.
This is some kind of game.
So things I have done so far in this game include tricking a robot into shooting a man.
Wait, isn't that one of the laws, though? Don't harm humans?
That does violate, I believe, rule number 2 of Asimov's Laws of Robotics.
I basically had to convince the robot that what he was shooting was a target dummy.
Oh.
I also went to a secret meeting dressed as a flamingo, was then threatened by a woman, and then once she was done threatening me, and she was like burning secret documents I gave her, I then like kicked her down a garbage chute where she died.
Jeez.
While dressed as a flamingo.
What a way to go.
I subdued a man who had his own unique costume, and he was labeled Florida Man.
Florida Man! Oh my god! You met Florida Man? Oh my god! Oh my god! I love it! I love... Please, what? Was he getting up to shenanigans? Please.
So, Florida Man has a food cart where he's selling coconut balls.
Oh my god!
So there was a chance to poison some coconut balls.
Can you please get Florida Man some super cocaine?
It sounds like too much power.
How do you get Florida Man to take the super cocaine?
Oh no.
I will have to hunt around the Miami level to see if there's any super cocaine in Miami, because like so far, super cocaine only appears to be in the Columbia level. However, in the Columbia level, there was a construction crew that had stopped work because of some stuff they found at a dig site, and they're like, we're not going to continue working until like the shaman comes and tells us it's okay.
The shaman! Wow.
And so like 47's like, yo, I'm going to get that shaman outfit. Totally go over there, and I'm like, please continue. At which point this woman who I was there to murder happened to stand in front of this thing that just, shoots wet cement. And so naturally I fired wet cement at her, knocking her into the dig and just covered her in concrete. It was super fun. Also dressed up as a hipster tattoo artist and killed a man with a tattoo gun. Guys, it's such the deep rabbit hole. Like, I love the fact that, like, I've had this game available to me since Thursday at 10 p.m. and that I've already dumped like 10 hours into it. I got up early this morning before recording to play more Hitman 2. So.
I feel that.
Yeah. So there'll probably be some, like, bonus streams, which to you, gentle listener, will have already occurred in the past, which will have happened over the weekend. I hope they were good bonus streams.
But they may also occur in the future.
Yes.
Who knows? It's magic.
There was a game which I've been meaning to play, which like is still going to happen. I'm sorry it hasn't happened yet. It's called The Quiet Man. It'll be happening on the docket sometime soon. I'm hearing like that it's one of the worst video games ever released by a major publisher, and that has me so excited. As in, like, Square Enix dumped Hitman for this. Square Enix, in fact, it'll be further contextualized by one of our news stories today. But, like, Square Enix did X and Y, but yet they did The Quiet Man. I'm looking forward to hating that game, and also loving it at the same time. The only other thing I, like, kind of wanted to hit on was, like, BlizzCon happened, and we'll have some BlizzCon news, but the BlizzCon of my heart is the Hearthstone news. They announced the newest expansion, Rastakan's Rumble.
Rastakan's Rumble?
Rastakan's Rumble, in which you fight some men and take a bath. They're introducing some new mechanics, including, like, spirits, which...
Oh, now he's about spirits. No, it's okay. I'm kidding. That's overkill. Go ahead.
Do you want to hear about the spirits or not, Rocky?
I want to hear about the spirits.
All right. Spirits are minions who have stealth for a single turn and don't have any attack value. They have some kind of like class-specific interaction. For example, the rogue spirit is Spirit of the Shark, and it's a 4-mana 0/3 card that reads, your minions' battle cries and combos trigger twice.
Well, that's fucking gross.
That sounds like...
Rocky, why is that gross?
What do you mean? Double combos and double battle cries? Fuck off! That sounds like a card that's designed specifically to make me upset.
Well, being that it's a 4-mana card, that means that whatever you're going to do, you're going to have to do with, like, at max 7 mana, if you're playing rogue, which would be 6 plus the coin if you were on turn 2. So, like, what can you do which is, like, super gross with, like, 7 mana? I think that the thing I can think of that would be the most gross would be, like, playing a, like, super big Edwin Van Cleef, because Edwin's battle cry gives him, like, +1/+1 for every previous card that's, like, been played that turn. And that's a 3-mana card. So if your battle cries are triggering twice, then what you do is you find some, like, really cheap, like, 0 or 1-cost cards to play. Like, so, like, load in some, like, wisps that are, like, 1/1 minions that cost 0, and so that way you can get yourself, like, a stupid big Van Cleef. But the issue with stuff like playing a stupid big Van Cleef is that it's going to be a removal target. It's just going to be something that, like, your opponent is going to murder. What I really see this thing being gross with is the Pogo Hoppers, which are 1/1 minions that read gain +2/+2 for every previous Pogo Hopper played this game. Because there's so many ways in Rogue to, like, reshuffle minions back into your deck. So that way you have, like, 8-10 Pogo Hoppers in your deck at any given time. So if those things are gaining +4/+4 for every previous Pogo Hopper played instead of +2/+2, then those things are going to get fucking gross pretty quickly.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's just one of the spirits. That's Rogue's spirit. There's one that Warlock has, which is Spirit of the Bat. It's a 0 attack, 3 health minion. And it reads, after a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. It is obviously designed to combo with Warlock's new legendary card, Hirik the Bat, which is an 8-mana 1/1 minion, but its battle cry reads, fill your board with copies of this minion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, like, even if you, like, buff, like, Hirik the Bat to, like, 5/5, then for, like, 8 mana, you could conceivably fill your board with, like, 5/5s. For 8 mana.
Yeah.
Extra gross. Extra gross. They're doing some like wild stuff overall. Like there's a paladin card, which is essentially like them bringing back Ice Block. It's called Timeout. Your hero is immune until your next turn.
Nice.
Yeah. So that kind of like is hinting that they're going to start to like give paladin tools for control, as opposed to like, you know, pushing paladin toward aggro, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And I think that Overkill is going to present some like interesting possibilities as far as like a mechanic. And what Overkill is it whenever you kill something with at least one more damage than would have been required to do it, then like something happens. You know, they've revealed a warrior weapon, Soul Thraz, Overkill. You get to attack again. So it's a 4/4 weapon, but like let's say you kill something with 3 health, then that means you get to attack again with this weapon.
Yeah, it's like Moxie from like Pokemon.
Yep. So I think that there'll be some fun stuff there. One thing I'm really excited about though is this like goofy priest card called Surrender to Madness, because it's a thing that looks like it would require huge balls to play, but could be potentially very rewarding to do so. It reads, destroy 3 of your mana crystals and then give all of your minions in your deck +2/+2.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, it's definitely high risk, high reward.
Right, because you set yourself back.
Yeah.
Offset the mana. But
Yeah.
that +2/+2 seems pretty serious if it's your whole fucking deck.
Right. So, it's one of those things where it's like, because like, let's say you don't play that thing until turn 10, then that means that you've already drawn 10 cards. So there's 10 cards that have passed through your hand without having that buff played on them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, like how viable is this thing actually going to be? I mean, there's some things I could think of that might make this work. Like there's a card called Grand Archivist, who is a minion, and he has an effect where at the end of every turn he casts an undrawn spell from your deck. So maybe if you build a deck which is nothing but minions, so like a 28 minion deck and then 2 copies of this spell, you know, you either draw the spell and cast it, or you pull a Grand Archivist and he casts that spell because it's the only spell in your deck. You know, that might be a way to go. You know, we'll see. Like, this seems like one of those cards where, like, it'll either be, like, dead in the meta, or it'll be, like, everywhere. But, expansion comes out December 4th. They're doing, like, an event right now where you get, like, 100 gold just for playing with somebody on your friends list. And you get that up to 5 times.
Cool.
Plus they're increasing the gold for daily quests, and the 2 bundles that they announced for cards are like significantly cheaper than like previous bundles. There's like one which is called like the Ready to Rumble bundle, which is like 17 packs for $20, and then the expensive bundle is like priced what their usual previous cheap bundles were, which is $50, 50 packs, plus you get a new shaman hero, King Rostakan. So I don't know. Like, I'm pretty stoked. They're introducing these cards called Loas, which have like these weird like long-term effects. I think that they're going to be like hero replacement cards, like the Death Knights. We'll see. I will keep you posted. Although it's going to be a struggle to waste as much time in Hearthstone as I want, because I also need to struggle wasting time in Hitman. And when will I ever find people, you know, time to watch people jumping off turnbuckles onto each other? You know, it's going to be exhausting. Exhausting. Why don't we talk about one of our news stories and do the news now?
Okay. Sure, man.
Rocky, go Pocky, get that boom boom bubblegum, Mr. Fuck Starshine, superpower amaze.
Okay, so in the latest episode in Who Trusts Brands Anyways, Rito, they made a sweet K-pop video, but they're also getting sued for discrimination.
Nice.
Monday, November 5th, one current and one former employee of Riot Games filed a class action lawsuit against the League of Legends publisher, accusing it of endemic gender-based discrimination and fostering a, quote, men-first environment. The lawsuit comes 3 months after a Kotaku investigation into the sexist culture at Riot Games. The lawsuit alleges that, quote, like many of Riot Games' female employees, plaintiffs have been denied equal pay and have found their careers stifled because they are women. Moreover, plaintiffs have also seen their working conditions negatively impacted because of the ongoing sexual harassment, misconduct, and bias which predominate the sexually hostile working environment of Riot Games. The plaintiffs are asking for compensation on unpaid wages, damages, and other penalties with an exact amount to be determined at trial. They also ask that the court certify the suit as class action. The plaintiffs bringing Monday's complaint against Riot say they want to stop Riot's alleged practice of paying men more than women who are fulfilling the same job role, promoting men into superior roles more frequently than women, and demoting women who had similar qualifications as well as compensated men. The lawsuit complaint also says it wants to prevent Riot from, quote, creating, encouraging, and maintaining a work environment that exposes its female employees to discrimination, harassment, retaliation on the basis of their gender or sex. Riot sent the following statement to Kotaku, which begins, quote, while we do not discuss the details of ongoing litigation, we can say that we take every allegation of this nature seriously and investigate them thoroughly. We remain committed to a deep and comprehensive evolution of our culture to ensure Riot is a place where all rioters thrive. So...
Riot. Riot, why do you do this?
Well, because they can. I did the research. I read up on a lot of things. I even went over some additional details besides Kotaku's initial investigation. Apparently, Riot's board only has 2 female appointees and had as little as one dating back to 2008. If I have that right? No, that's not the right year. It might have been 2011. 2011 is when they added the second female member, which was the executive art, if I remember, is now a woman. The 2 plaintiffs describe a culture that does seem overwhelmingly toxic, and it doesn't sound like it's outside of Riot's wheelhouse in general. I'm worried that this suit may not actually will get certified as a class action suit. Unless, there are more supporters, which doesn't seem like what's happening. I do know that the gender split at Riot's employee count is something like 80-20 men to women, which is also kind of weird. And the way that their hiring process has been described, in terms of like hiring men versus women, seems like arbitrary in the way that they like penalize women and like praise men for similar things. It's hella weird. So I really hope their spot gets blown up over this. I don't buy this statement, and I don't think anyone should. Mm-hmm. And I do know they have recently hired a law firm that was that used to break up unions. That was their deal before. So they're helping Riot with this discrimination suit. Then, that doesn't bode well for, equitable treatment and like discovery in terms of what's actually going on at Riot. But people are going to keep giving them money. They make way too much money, man.
There is a particular quote from the lawsuit that is just super, super gross and curled my fucking teeth.
Curled your teeth?
That's a lot.
Yeah. The lawsuit says that Negron's third supervisor told her diversity should not be a focal point of the design of Riot's products because gaming culture is the last remaining safe haven for white teen boys.
Right?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's super gross.
Disgusting.
I understand what that dude's saying, and it's talks about a lot that contains a lot of subtext that I don't like about gaming culture in general. You know, the whole PC master race bullshit, the goons that are like circle jerking on 4chan almost exclusively based off being terrible to other people. Like, It's just like, fuck, man. Like, why are we carving out a space for these guys? I don't even know if these are the guys spending that much money. Like, I'd love to see those stats, because I know there's a lot of people that spend money on like Riot Games, but like I don't know if we need to cater to the guy who's like jerking off to like the 16th Lux skin. Like, I don't think we need that guy. Like, maybe from a business standpoint they do, but like for, I guess, like catering to a particular audience and curating a product doesn't sound like something I want to do.
Yeah, no. Gross.
It just, and I was thinking about like, what you were saying earlier, Rocky, about like, the kind of things that you run up against when you're playing League of Legends, and the idea of like when you end up, in a 5 stack with somebody who's unpleasant, that's kind of where you are for a half hour.
Yeah.
And the fact that like Riot has not prioritized in such a way the elimination of that behavior, I think kind of speaks to the acceptability as perceived internally of that. Like, a phrase that drives me crazy is, boys will be boys, because, the idea of like excusing terrible behavior on the basis of gender, like, oh, well, and it seems that they've internalized so much of that. It's just gross, fucking gross. And I wish I had a good answer right now for the question of, here's a MOBA to go play, which is from a company which is not exhaustively problematic, which is
well,
good.
I mean, Heroes of the Storm is like fine, but it's definitely a different kind of game. I thought that HOTS was like at this point barely a MOBA. Well, I wouldn't say that. Like, it's still a MOBA, but it does very different things. Like, they recently like got rid of like levels, or like they basically like made experience like really like equitable. But at that point, one of the issues is that it comes out a lot more like the ARMS problem, where it doesn't reward you for like taking risk or like trying to like do certain things. Like, even if like you're behind in like HOTS, since like items are just kind of available, like there's no gold, and like experience is given out like over time, so there's no like level differences. When you're behind, the best thing you could probably do is just sit around and do nothing until like you get to end game, and then risk it all on one team fight. And like that might be more fun to watch, like as a spectator, because like every game could be like you don't know how any game is going to end. It's definitely less rewarding to play because your advantages that you gain over the course of the game don't matter. Like, they're not actually advantages.
Right.
And that crazy sucks. So I don't know, man. Like, but there are definitely people that play MOBAs specifically like to fuck around, and that's a more hot space, I think, than like League of Legends, because I don't want to be on a team with a person that's specifically unpleasant, but I also don't want to be on a team with someone who's just actively tanking. There's inting, which you can like report, or intentionally like dying to make the opponent stronger. Mm-hmm. And you can definitely report that. It's a reportable offense. But there are some situations where it looks like someone's inting, but they're just overly aggressive, and they're not considering their options. Mm-hmm. And so like they'll just keep running into like the same fight and dying. Like, if I'm fighting box, Box is probably going to kill me 6 times in lane because, like, I don't know enough about the game to stall him out. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll always end up in a situation where he can dive me and kill me. And I know that I'm a detriment to, like, my entire team. Like, I could have people on the other side of the map that are absolutely killing it. They're just ruining it. But they can't win the game on their own because at some point, Riven's going to go down there and ruin their shit. And I can't stop her from doing that after a while. And, like, that's a bad situation for everyone. But, like, in HOTS, that's kind of not a problem. Because, like, Riven's never going to be 4 levels higher than everyone else in the game.
So are we, Impossible Coin, endorsing HOTS as a LoL alternative if folks are looking for a MOBA from a company which isn't problematic trash?
Well, I would do that. Yeah. Like, if you guys want to play a MOBA and you just want to hang out and have fun, like, play HOTS. Like, it's a time.
Can
you
we for sure guarantee that they aren't problematic trash? Or are we just assuming that because it's not in the news currently?
Well, here's the thing,
dun,
Tegan.
Dun, dun. Yeah.
Activision Blizzard has some problems.
Right.
But, like, I'm not sure that the problems that Activision Blizzard has, though they are many and though they are legion, I'm not sure that there are any right now, short of maybe some of the stuff related to, like, patents around, like, matchmaking, rise to the level of, like, monstrous.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like, I would call them lowercase evil instead of, like, uppercase evil.
Okay.
I realize that's not a big...
Minioning as opposed to, like, big bad?
Yeah. You
okay.
know, like, they're kind of like, you know...
Like, we could keep them in check at this point.
We have the technology.
Okay. Then
it's
yes.
kind of like facing Andorre versus Abigail in Final Fight. You know.
Oh,
sure.
Abigail's also really sick in fucking Street Fighter 5. He's truly bananas. Tegan, like, this character in a fighting game, Street Fighter, he's so big, he takes up the whole screen. He's taller. I think he's taller than the health bars, if I remember correctly.
Well,
yes.
In that case, it should be really easy to hit him, and therefore really easy to defeat him.
Well, the thing is, he has the highest health in the game, and, like, most of his, like, normals actually have, like, armor on them. So, like, you have to hit twice to stop his attack. So he can definitely just, like, hit you through a jab and then start his combo. And he has, like, 70% health combos. Like, it's pretty ugly.
He's much larger, and therefore should be easier to hit.
He is easier to hit. Like, you can definitely connect, but, like, if it's buttons versus buttons, you need buttons that are twice as fast to get through Abigail's shit. So, Brian, who don't we have the technology to deal with?
Probably Tencent.
Aww.
And in turn, as part of the larger conversation, especially in the context of the last few months, the Chinese government and their seeming aversion to approving games for release in China.
Mm-hmm.
And so get out your red string and your cork boards, kids. Because Brian would like to tell you a story.
I'm ready.
So,
Corkboards up.
Players of all mobile and PC games under the Chinese internet behemoth in China will have to verify their identities against police databases under a program it's calling Health System from next year forward. Tencent said in a post on its official Weibo page Monday. The new measure will be rolled out gradually before the expansion to all of Tencent's games in 2019, it said in a post, adding that it's meant to provide comprehensive protection and promote healthy internet use for underaged internet users. It will begin with 10 games, including the hit title Honor of Kings, on which the rule was first implemented after China's education ministry unveiled a plan to limit video game releases and playtime, citing addiction and myopia concerns. Hey, everybody. What do you think about that? Because I've got some fucking thoughts.
Nope, that doesn't sound good at all, honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably stop playing Tencent games if I had to register on a police database. I don't need that, and I don't need Tencent being connected to that information about me. It's not a thing that I want, like, at all.
Does this feel like, I don't know, a massive corporation which is complicit with an oppressive government gathering information exclusively for the use of that oppressive government?
Yes, it
That
does.
Sounds about right.
Thanks for asking.
It's
It's a big old spyware. It's big old spyware.
Most games now, which are multiplayer in nature, have some kind of tool or client or resource for communicating with other players. Like, let's say I'm playing Hearthstone and I had an especially interesting match against a guy. Once the match is over, I can hit the add recent opponent to friends list button, at which point that guy can become my friend, and we can then chat back and forth using text chat.
Is he too tall? Can he go into town?
He could hopefully go into town. But I don't know if there's going to be a bathtub big enough to hold him, and he needs a bath.
Oh, no. Stinky boy. Stinky boy.
You need a bath.
Large stinky boy.
So, God damn it. Like, does anyone feel like, I don't know, that maybe game chat seems like a low-key way for people to communicate, say, politically sensitive ideas in China that might now just have gotten squashed because of the requirement of real identity linking?
That sounds like a distinct possibility.
I'm just throwing that the fuck out there.
That sounds like the canonical timeline that we're in. We're in that timeline right now.
Yep.
It just, I think about, like, the absolutely oppressive way that, like, China controls the internet, and the fact that, like, major fucking corporation after major fucking corporation has just gone along with it, and I'm like, yes, because you are such a large and growing market, we will do whatever you want to participate in that space. And, like, it feels like with the bullshit reasons that have been provided by the Chinese government for their, like, total cessation in the approval of games in the last several months. And, I'm actually going to, like, pat us on the fucking back for a second, because that feels like a thing that we have bothered to cover on an ongoing basis, which feels like a big deal.
Yep.
And this story, if you're reading between the lines, feels like it's about that story. This feels like Tencent had to sit down and said, what do we need to do to get the wheels rolling again? Now, what's fucking gross is Tencent has minority ownership stakes in other large gaming companies.
Right.
Yep. And what do you bet? What do you fucking bet that, like, Tencent, who owns, I believe, 5% of Activision Blizzard, and therefore has one seat on the board, rolls in and goes like, hey, guys, if we want to get the new COD out, I know how we can do it. Like, I feel like Tencent doing this in China means that, like, other major publishers will follow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, fuck it. The internet is canceled. Burn everything down. This sucks.
I'm actually sincerely concerned because, I mean, I know China's a huge market and they're pretty flush with cash at the moment, but I don't think any business will end up getting the equivalent of fuck you money, like, when it comes to the Chinese government, you know? Like, I mean, there are definitely companies here that have straight up fuck you money to the U.S. government, and that has been a multi-decade affair. I don't think that the way China has set themselves up, even like a generation from now, which will be 2043, I don't think anyone will have money in China as the point where they'll be like, fuck you, China. Well, okay, you know what? There might be one, and it might be Amazon, but, like, Amazon versus Alibaba is a fight that's going to have to happen first.
Well, remember Google rolled over and showed China its soft white belly?
Yeah, I did see the fucking Dragonfly. I'm super disappointed in them. I don't want to talk about it.
So fucking gross. Like, this might... The thing is if you scan our doc for, like, stories that make mad or not make mad, this story might make me madder than our story about Riot because, number one, Tencent owns how much of Riot at this point?
I think, don't they own...
Is it all of it?
It's either all of it or it's a controlling stake.
Right. But... that story about Riot is ultimately a story about Tencent. But here's a story about Tencent cavalierly fucking, like, playing with the safety of people by just, like, handing over identities to the Chinese government on the grounds of, like, well, kids should stop playing games and go outside and, myopia. And it's like, fuck you, China. Like, I know what you're doing. It's like when parents would tell kids, like, that if they swallowed gum, it would, like, stay in their stomach for 7 years.
Yeah.
It's like, they're lying just because they don't want you to swallow gum. Like, China, we know that, like, your concern is not myopia.
Yep.
Just please shut the fuck up. Just, at least just be like, hey, guess what? We're an oppressive regime. We're gathering your information, and we're going to make sure that you're not going to talk about the government while you're fucking, playing League of Legends. Like,
oh, that's coming. That's like 2-3 years from now. Bet.
God damn it. Tegan, do you have anything that would make me, like, more low-key angry?
That's what it needs, that soft, low-key anger.
I mean, probably.
What you got?
So 75% of Final Fantasy 15's DLC got canceled.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, really. So Square Enix this week announced in a live stream that 3 of the 4 upcoming pieces of DLC for Final Fantasy 15 were canceled. The last one is gonna come out next year. So there were supposed to be 4 pieces, and 3 got canceled, so we got 1 next March.
Wait, wasn't there supposed to be like a Luna episode and a Noctis episode?
Oh, yeah. There was supposed to be an Ariana episode, a Lunas episode, and a Noctis episode. Those are all canceled.
Happy trails!
They canceled the Noctis episode?
Yep,
Holy
yep.
shit!
You're getting Arden. You're getting Arden in March, and you're gonna fucking like it. That's it.
Oh, man. Wait, didn't they like lose personnel?
That's
okay.
Oh, heck yeah, they did. They announced that Hajime Tabata, the guy who took over from Tetsuya Nomura as the director of the game in 2013, left.
Okay.
Jeez, but way to bury the lead, Tegan. Fuck.
No, see, this is still just straight up anger. I don't think this is low key anymore.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna.
It was worth it, though. It was worth putting that is like the way, like, hey, Ed, for our last bullet point, like, this dude also left.
Yeah, he's gone.
I mean,
that was worth.
Tabata is the man who saves us from the Zipper Man. Like, that's his
gone.
Job.
That
is what he did. He's gone.
That's because the game's finally at the point where Zipper Man can't make any more character design changes because they've already animated all those the shorts in it, and they're not gonna fucking reanimate those with a new costume. Damn it! So
but
goodbye.
Nomura is still employed, which means that we, like, as long as Nomura has a job, we have a need for Tabata, because I'm sure that some, like... Alright,
you mean like the Final Fantasy VII remake that's never coming out?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm saying, and also, like, I don't know, like, if Tabata got called in to do any kind of fucking wet work on Kingdom Hearts 3 or not. Because,
no.
Like, that feels like a nightmare. I mean, that game was in development for, I believe, as long as Final Fantasy 15 was.
We can send Kingdom Hearts 2 off to middle school.
Also, yeah, like Kingdom
Hearts 2 is like 14 years old, dude.
So I don't like Kingdom Hearts 3 has a longer development cycle than like Final Fantasy 15, because once again, Final Fantasy 15 came out like 3 years ago, something like that.
Something like that.
And like Kingdom Hearts 3 is just now coming out, and like, is it late January or early February? Or is it late February? I can't remember now. It's like January 20th?
For
January
what?
9th? Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts comes out on the 28th. 28th of January.
Okay.
Where is he
January.
going? I'm sorry, I'm reeling.
Here's what happened, okay? So, Nomura has sacrificed his heart for Kingdom Hearts 3. So now he's a heartless and a nobody, and Tabata has to go out and get the nobody and bring him back to make Nomura whole again, so he stops making zippers. And belts. And unnecessary belts.
Tabata has only worked at Square in his game career.
Yeah, now he's on a journey to, like, gather the 7 princesses of heart and the 13 nobodies of Organization 13,
Like,
so he can reform the X-Blade.
He's also going to get the Triforce. There's going to be a big crossover event. It's going to take forever, because there's already 7 pieces of the Triforce of Courage.
He's on a journey, man.
Jesus. I mean, is like...
He'll wander the earth and become a sage.
Is Kojima gonna, like, gather him up and be like, it's gonna be okay, sweet boy? Like...
Oh, man.
You're gonna make it. You're alright.
He's gonna go work with Yoko Taro.
Oh, God, that would actually be sick. But we don't know if that's actually happening.
He's gonna go work with Yoko Taro on the next Nier game.
Well, no, because, you know, Yoko Taro is fucking hanging out his shingle right now where?
At Square Enix.
Yeah.
Nah, he's gonna be freelance. It's gonna be fine. Yoko Taro's manager will hire him, like, as a consulting person.
I mean, so that is kind of true. Yoko Taro has been working as a contractor and is not necessarily lashed to...
Yeah, it'll be fine.
No, but you know, it'd be really cool if Tabata actually left so that he could go and polish UFO 50, because that is a really ambitious project that definitely will need some, like, world class polishing. And if I had to pick someone to do it, I would definitely pick Tabata.
And the guy is like, the guy fucking rescued Final Fantasy 15. I don't think that you can understate the importance of that. Like, the game was a mess.
It was a mess. You are correct.
Like, if you dig up old footage of that game, like the old shit, and just, like, before he got in there, it's like, oh my god, just what the fuck is going on here? Like, zippers were the least of that game's worries, and that says something.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck. I hope he's okay. Like, he's like...
I hope he's okay. Oh shit. I don't think he's in danger.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I wonder if it was his health or something. Like...
Oh no.
You know, like...
It does happen.
Yeah, like, he's right up at the top of the fucking Sakurai watch list now.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Like, I hope he didn't be like, well, and there goes my spleen, you know, just like...
I hope he doesn't end up like Iwata. Like, albeit, you know, Iwata's, like, dying, with his dying breath, with his final wish, he gave us the Switch, you know? Like, that, and that's beautiful. I truly love that. But if the Switch didn't exist, but Iwata was still alive, I would take that future every time.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, shit. So, Tegan, your news story was a Russian nesting doll of awful.
Wait, aren't those called, like, babushka dolls?
I was more than happy to provide.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Brian, just hit us with some nonsense, man. Take our mind off this shit.
I have nonsense to provide.
All right.
So, usually the internet breaks stuff. A notable example of the internet, like, breaking something was 5 years ago, I believe, was when Phantom Pain came out. Is that a 5-year-old game now at this point?
Oh, shit, yeah, 2013. Wild.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, I think it was, like, within a fucking week, somebody had posted the secret total nuclear disarmament ending of the game to Twitter that would require every player in the world to disarm their nukes. Meaning that...
sorry. It's just I always have to take a moment to appreciate that Kojima is a literal madman. Like
Kojima's a nut.
like, he's
Well,
too wild.
I just love the fact that like Kojima is so passionate about things like, you know, being like anti-nuclear proliferation and anti, you know, growth of the military-industrial complex, but yet also is like, and now for 20 minutes of Quiet's ass. I'm like, you are the weirdest fucking guy.
Yeah, man, he's so weird. It's the best. Oh, fuck.
Who wants to hear my very serious thoughts about the, you know, fucking military-industrial complex? She breathes through her skin.
She breathed through her skin, and she got a booty. She do.
She wildin', dude.
That's right. She doesn't
You
like
know,
nukes. She hums in the shower.
Like, just appreciate the little things. Here's all the stressful military-industrial complex, not looking at you, America, but totally looking at you, America. Look at this booty. Look at this booty. Distraction.
So, like,
conclusion.
you know, gaming fandoms are usually able to unpack the secrets in games in pretty short order. You know, if not immediately, pretty darn close to it.
Yeah.
I think examples which were not immediate, but pretty close to it, were Undertale and Doki Doki Literature Club, where it didn't happen like within, I don't know, a week, but like most of the secrets in the code had been mined within a couple months. But apparently, the good folks at Starbreeze were able to bury some shit so deep that it didn't get pulled out of Payday 2 for 5 fucking years.
That's some Nintendo Melee shit, dude. I'm down.
Yeah, Payday 2 has a secret ending where everything works out for all of the robbers.
What? What? No.
It involves like some secret shit with like a, you know, going behind a hidden painting in the White House.
What?
And then there's like secret rooms.
Wait, no. Brian, paint me the picture, man. I want to see it. I want to be there.
So the first thing that you've got to do in order to accomplish all this bullshit is like, there's just like this random, totally innocuous object that will just randomly generate on 4 previous heists. And you need to pick up this thing.
What is it? What's the thing?
I think it like becomes a CD.
Okay.
Yeah, like so like you're like assembling like the pieces of a disc, and then like once you like, and everybody in your squad has to do it too. It cannot just be you.
Okay.
And then you go to your hideout, and you activate the CD. And when you activate the CD, you do the mission in the White House. And as long as you do the mission in the White House and everybody has done the CD, then it's going to take you to this room where there's like a grand piano, and you press like 8 keys on the grand piano in the right order, which will then cause like runes on the piano to glow. And it's a invented runic language.
Okay.
And it indicates like possible achievements in the game that you will need to unlock. So then you go do those achievements. And so people had to figure out what this runic language was by trial and error.
All right.
So
sure.
then everybody has to go get those achievements in your party. And not everybody gets the same achievements. Like, you know, when people were like going through this. So like when you're seeing the glowing runes on the piano, it'll be different than what the glowing runes are for the guy standing right beside you.
Oh, Jesus.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So then you got to do that. And then you got to come back
to the White House.
Yes. You got to go, got to go behind the painting again. You got to press the 8 keys now that everybody's gone and got the achievements. At which point a shaft will open and you will go down the shaft. And then there'll be like a secret altar, and everybody's going to shoot it at the same time with the same weapon equipped.
Oh shit, okay.
Which point it cuts to a full motion video cutscene which shows all the robbers hanging out on the beach, having a time. They've gotten all the money in the world. At which point you find out that, like, one of their fallen comrades has passed to immortal spirit and is now possessing the president, who is played by John Delancey.
What? What?
Shit you can't make up because it's too weird.
What?
Tegan, the links are in they're in the doc. Like, they're actually clickable. I think the last one will, like, give you the full motion video.
Yeah, and so, like,
what the fuck?
So John Delancey is now the president and possessed by a robber. And he's giving a speech which has got code words, essentially letting his old crew know, I'm the robber. And he's like, let's do this. And you're like, oh, fuck me. Like, first of all, it's weird because it's Q, but it's old. It's like, why is old Q a possessed robber president? This is weird. But, like, I think the thing which is really cool about it is it games don't really get to have secrets anymore because of the way people interact with them.
Yeah, like they rip open consoles and they find, like, data files and shit.
You know, and before you know it, you're like, hey, there's secret golf on this Switch. You know, like, you know, secrets are precious in video games because, like, secrets are often intertwined with, like, legends and, like, I definitely remember I am the right age to have had people tell me, like, no, dude, Guile has a gun.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. And, like, that was kind of, like, near the end of that era, you know, when, like earnest 13-year-olds would, like, lie to each other about video games.
I was definitely one of those. I lied about Star Fox all the time.
So it's kind of cool to see something that feels like that. Like, and if the idea of, like, secrecy in video games and secrets in games and, like, how secrets are intertwined to, like, urban legend is something that interests you, I do recommend, on this topic, a good documentary by Danny O'Dwyer that he did for NoClip, you know, interact and value secrets. And from a guy who, was told Guile totally has a gun, or Guile has a move where he can put handcuffs on the other guy. There's value to, like, video gaming truth and video gaming lies, which is, like, hard to quantify in, like, a modern era where the internet just, like, solves everything.
Well, okay, I do want to take a step back from that. Like, secrets are definitely hard to come by, especially in single-player experiences. But, like, we had that whole, like, Fortnite fiasco this past year with, like, the cube, whose name is Kevin. If someone knows why this fucking cube is named Kevin, please tell me. I need to know. I need to understand.
Kevin's a good name, Rocky.
Well, Rocky, I feel like, all right, and this is probably either this says something about me, or it says something about Epic, or it says something about us both. I feel like with the Kevin cube and, like, sending, like, the fake cop cars out into the world and, like, dropping the hamburger head, I feel like Epic was just, like, explicitly marketing to us. Like, that the entire value of their secret actions was marketing. Like, that what they were doing was predicated on the existence of an internet culture, knowing that, like, people were going to write articles about, you know, the hamburger head out in the desert, or, you know, why are there cracks in the sky? Like, it was actions taken in game that were designed to be responded to in an internet way. You know, like, after Mortal Kombat 2 came out, Ed Boon and John Tobias, a month after release, changed all of the inputs for the fatalities. They didn't issue any kind of press release. They didn't say anything. They just sent, you know, various people who did, like, updates for arcade operators, an update to the board, so that way those guys who, when they were going out to service the machines, would just update all the fucking fatalities, so that way, when some dude, like, goes into, like, an arcade and is like, that's right, I'm Scorpion, I'm gonna pull off my hood and be a skull and blow fire on you. Up, high punch. Fuck, it's not working. It's not working. And, like, it was the coolest feeling because everybody, everywhere, all of a sudden didn't know the fatalities anymore. And so all of these people who were already arcade blowhards, like, check me out, look at me. Like, it required this kind of like sudden, frantic conference. It feels more like the fucking Pope dying. Like, why doesn't the fatalities work anymore? Like, shit, we all need to put our heads together and figure out what the fuck is going on here. And it's not like they were issuing any press release. There was no like MK Monday means new fatalities, and nobody knew that when they changed the fatalities that they also had added new fatalities. Like, so everybody's busy trying to find the old fatalities again. And then in the process, that was how they just stumbled into shit like the friendship moves and the babalities. Like, they didn't just put that shit in there from the start, and they never issued any kind of press statements, and there was never any kind of like teasing people about it. It just happened. Derek, Derek, you never gave an interview about the eggplant before the eggplant got. It was just there.
Okay, so I feel like you're conflating like the ARG that they ran for season 5 with the cube that they did in season 6.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Because like the cube thing definitely just happened. There was a thunderbolt, and like the ground opened up, and now there was a cube. Epic never commented on the cube. Like, there are people definitely trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Because they had done that with the ARG before. But, like, there wasn't, like, commentary. And the cube just kind of did stuff. It rolled across the map. And people were definitely data mining the game to try to figure out what it meant and what it was going to do. But they really weren't able to crack it. Like, even when people thought that they were going to make a new lake or, like, destroy, like, Loot Lake or whatever, it did neither of those things. Like, it changed the lake. It turned into, like, this weird bouncy palace thing. And then it, like, carried up, like, an island into the sky. No one predicted that. Like, it was just shit that was going on around everyone in this shooting game. Like, it changed gravity around itself. The runes, it left runes in the ground. Like, everyone was trying to figure this shit out, and no one knew what was happening. I think it was a very similar period of discovery for both the game and how it was played, rather than, like, Epic shenaniganing us into looking at something a little harder than we needed to.
Okay. All right. And so I think that said, Rocky, that sounds like there is a separation between what Epic did in season 5 and what Epic did in season 6. And it sounds like a lot of my problems are with what they did in season 5.
Yeah, because they were definitely marketing like the time traveler or whatever. I think he's like the drifter. Like, they were marketing that one, like, new hero skin, and they shaped the battle pass around that character's journey, like, especially with, like, the promotional photos with, like, the golf course and all that shit. Like, that was definitely, like, explicitly marketing, but, like, Season 6, I think, was just weird, and they did it because they could, as opposed to trying to sell us on the game again.
Oh, man. Well, I guess bringing us back to where we jumped off from, good on Starbreeze. Like, I think it's kind of a cool surprise and a neat reward for, like, that game, which continues to have an incredibly dedicated fan base that is playing it, like, 5 years later, pretty much everywhere except for the Switch, because the Switch port sucks. But enjoy Payday 2 fans. Enjoy your weird John Delancey video.
I hope you get another one in the next game.
Yeah, like something crazy intricate.
Something else crazy nuts.
Also, like, I think part of what helped this secret hide for so long is that they just recently added the White House level. The quests and whatnot and the achievements that were around were definitely available in the game, but it didn't come together until they had this White House level.
Tegan, do you have any news stories which are not a Russian nesting doll of Oval?
Yeah, I do.
What you got?
YouTube's available on the Switch now. You know, like it's available everywhere else. Like your tablet, and your phone, and your PlayStation, and your Xbox, and your computer, and your iPod. Fucking everywhere else you want to watch YouTube videos, it's there.
YouTube it up, y'all.
Yeah, so like with Hulu, that makes 2 streaming apps now on the console as of last week, Thursday. This was sniffed out by Reset Era while we were all trying to make sure that the Riot gender discrimination suit was like the big pile of stink that turns out it is.
Needs a bath.
Yeah, I know, right? Needs a bath. The only other streaming app that's available on the Switch right now is Nico Nico, which is only available in Japan, because Nico Nico is, Japan's YouTube. They're so cute over there. I love Nico Nico. Netflix's latest comment about making their app available on the Switch is that they're, quote, still exploring the opportunity, with Nintendo, which was reported by Polygon back in January. Yay! Wow. Where can't you watch YouTube?
Well, up until very recently, the Switch.
Well, yeah, but now
so
you
you
can
can't
watch it there.
I don't think you can watch it on the Nintendo N-Gage or Razer flip phones.
Did you just say Nintendo N-Gage?
Yeah, it's Nokia N-Gage, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, whatever.
If it was the Nintendo N-Gage, you might be able to.
True.
And I'm gonna need that Netflix app and that WWE Network to show up, because those are like your major tent poles of like videos on consoles. Like when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, those 4 apps were out almost fucking instantly. It's just like, hey, is there a company out there that collects money for an ongoing streaming service and would like to have another platform that would justify people giving them money? And the answer is yes. And it, you know, and I'm really surprised that at this point that there's no Netflix or Amazon Prime or WWE apps for the Switch.
Doesn't like Nintendo need to like dedicate some sort of server load for that kind of streaming?
And I gotta wonder if that's part of it, dog. I mean,
I'm pretty sure. Like that's the only reason that makes sense to me outside of, you know, just having it day one. Unless, you know, maybe Nintendo has some beef with Netflix, but I don't think that's real. But if they wanted, especially since they have been a lot more aggressive with indies and they haven't had an online service before, it's likely they didn't have like the infrastructure set up for it, and so they chose between streaming and indies, and they took indies.
I mean, it also could be part of an image and branding thing. Like when you ask a lot of users right now to tell me about the Xbox One, a lot of them, if they've kind of been like disconnected or far away from the console for years, will kind of tell you about, you know, Don Matrick's like weird mealy mush mouth, like multimedia, set-top box, like vision from like the launch of the console, where it's like, it's your all-in-one solution for playing, you know, Candy Crush and watching NFL games. And you're like, what the fuck is this, Don Matrick? And the idea that the Xbox One was a game console kind of got lost in the hustle at the launch of the console.
Yeah.
And I can see Nintendo, because there was so much confusion around what the fuck is the Wii U. You know, people didn't understand clearly that this was a new machine and not just an add-on for the Wii. That like, there was so much confusion around the Wii U that like, there being guys far up the food chain at Nintendo were like, hey boss, I got an idea for a business opportunity for the Switch. How about we put Netflix on it? And that guy being like, oh, you mean do something that confuses people even remotely about what the fuck this machine is? No.
Then he gets thrown out the window.
Nope.
Rip him.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. Just Reggie tossing guys out windows.
One-handed. Like Donkey Kong.
His fucking pizza-strengthened arms just...
He doesn't even need that. He just shoots them a look. And instead of like lasers, it's just
and
like
then they just
beams.
jump out the window themselves. They're like, got it. Yep.
Right. They're like, yes, sir, Reggie. And just out the window.
And his arms still feel the burn. And he didn't even have to do anything. Oh, God.
That's the price of the curse, dude.
Man.
I love Reggie. Reggie's my favorite.
So, yeah, the news about Rastakan's Rumble was not the only thing to come out of BlizzCon. Blizzard stepped in it, and then the internet was the worst. Blizzard had their fucking keynote, and things that should be pointed out here are that, like, it's not cheap to go to BlizzCon, and then, like, people who don't even go to BlizzCon still have an opportunity to spend money on BlizzCon by buying a virtual ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, so what you do is you take a whole bunch of people and you build this weird community and culture around them, and you're like, tell them that there's gonna be a new Diablo game, ... It's a game for mobile devices. And have that be the conclusion of your keynote address.
Oh boy.
During the BlizzCon panel, an attendee stood up and asked whether Diablo Immortal was a delayed April Fool's Day joke.
Yeah, I saw that clip. That was real garbage, man.
Oh boy.
And there, of course, have been Blizzard devs getting death threats and the usual jazz and people calling for boycotts and all this good shit. Basically people are monsters, and this is the world we live in. Alan Adam, executive producer and co-founder of Blizzard, said, we have said that we have multiple Diablo teams working on multiple Diablo projects, and that remains true even after releasing Diablo 3 for Nintendo Switch and announcing Diablo Immortal. We still have multiple Diablo teams working on multiple unannounced projects. Diablo is a tentpole franchise for us, and it always will be. We love it. We hope our fans understand what we're saying when we say that. The world is evolving both geographically and demographically. Younger folks now, many of them, mobile is their primary gaming device. And then around the world, in many regions, it's their primary gaming device, and so it's always been our aspiration to bring games to them. Diablo Immortal was created from the ground up. From the initial get-go, our intention was to create the Diablo experience on mobile. So the feel, the UI, and everything around the game was built with a philosophy to make the best Diablo experience that we can on a mobile platform. So I have so many thoughts about how everybody possible who has touched this thing has fucked up. I feel like Blizzard fucked up. I feel like the internet fucked up. I feel like basically everybody fucked up. What are your thoughts, guys?
It's just a garbage fire.
I mean,
it is a fire. It's a dumpster fire. It's a whole, Blizzard announced it poorly, and then everybody reacted even worse.
So this is like, a Sharknado of shenanigans, but...
A Sharknado of shenanigans. I like that as a unit of measurement.
I should say that if, and this is a big if, Activision Blizzard is thinking of, copying that Kingdom Hearts business model, I think this is a good way for them to nip that shit in the bud. Like, it'll be really ugly, like, to begin with. I definitely understand that. But if I could have done this around fucking Chain of Memories or even Birth by Sleep, and then we didn't get, like, 8 years of spin-offs and sequels, and we just got, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 5 years earlier instead, I probably would have done that. Like, however ugly that would have looked.
So, some things that, like, crop to mind. Mm-hmm. Could Blizzard have solved this problem just by, after they did the presentation on Diablo Immortal, going, hey guys, and just one more thing, and then throwing up a title card that says Diablo 4?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like this is like
the conversation we'd be having. It wouldn't be that we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd be having Blizzard announces Diablo mobile game to tide you over between now and Diablo 4.
I feel like so much of the reaction, and the big difference between like E3 and BlizzCon is that a lot of people who are climbing on planes and flying to go to LA and going to see E3, the money that they're paying is, like, if their general admission is money to get into E3, they are not paying, like, a separate tithe to... They're not paying Bethesda directly for, like, the privilege to go to Bethesda's conference. And in fact, Bethesda doesn't even do their conference within the context of E3. They do it, like, before E3 formally opens. And admission to their event, that conference, is free. You just have to request it in time to get it. So, you got a whole bunch of cranky motherfuckers who just came off planes, got checked into hotels, and have been sitting through this whole keynote waiting for their big splooge moment where, like, so far, like, everything has been like, hey, we're adding a new character to Overwatch. Yeah, there's another Hearthstone expansion coming out, like you would expect. We're remastering Warcraft 3. And then they're like, and now for our big announcement.
Yeah, that's actually what they did when they did Immortal.
Yep.
And you know what? Actually, thinking about Bethesda for a second, they did spend, 10 minutes talking about Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yep.
And, they definitely did a lot of work on it. It looks like they definitely threw a lot of their time into it. It just doesn't look like anyone really asked for that. Which is why I was like, okay, well, they worked really hard on this. They can play it everywhere. And Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. Whatever. And then, we can blow that off.
Right.
We were always gonna. And, you don't have that opportunity. There just isn't something else to end, or rather to, focus your closing thoughts of the conference on. I can't even go back to Warcraft 3 now because, they told us about this Diablo mobile game, and that's it. And I'm like, what the fuck else is going on with Diablo?
But Blizzard is married to secrecy the same way Nintendo is. Meaning that, even if something being a secret is a bad idea, Blizzard will commit to it continuing to be a secret if that's their plan. They're both very old-fashioned in that way. Hey guys, this is a secret. Boss, it's a very bad idea that this is a secret. I acknowledge that it's a bad idea, but we've already decided it's a secret.
Damn, dude, I think we're mixing up our listeners today, man. Are we pro-secrets? Are we anti-secrets? I'm not really sure.
We're pro-secrets with regards to surprise, fun game endings. We are anti-secrets that are related to potentially shady business practices and unending disappointments.
Okay. I'm cool. Thank you.
Yep. Happy to clear it up.
Yep. We also don't like secrets when they are tied to marketing and then start to materially hurt the reputation of the business that they are ostensibly trying to help.
Right. That too.
Yeah.
And we don't like secrets with regards to shady nonsense happening at your PoE, particularly if they involve one group of people being unfairly treated over another group of people.
True.
Yeah. So,
not a fan.
In conclusion, there is a time and a place for secrets. Man. God damn it. So yeah, but internet. All right, look. We've held Blizzard responsible. I'm not talking to you, internet. Get a hold of your fucking self. I'm sorry, a game getting announced that looks like nothing you want is no reason to, go on a tear. What's wrong with people, y'all?
There are a lot of things, man, but also, and this is once
Nazis,
again a big F.
Climate change. Unfair wages.
Yeah, man, there's
Lots
real
of
evil
things.
in the world. We're
just tired and we're lashing out at the wrong people.
Yeah, we don't need to lash out at creators. It's not worth the trouble. It doesn't help anyone.
I mean, and I wish I could just say that the people who are lashing out at Blizzard are Nazis who don't believe in climate change, but I don't think that it is exclusively made up of that group of people. I think that that Venn diagram has probably got some Nazi overlap in it, but there are plenty of people who are acting a fool to Blizzard.
There's too many Venn diagrams in 2018 that have Nazi overlap.
I think the problem with like giving Blizzard an unhealthy amount of shit about this, you know that like meme, which is like all the hands reaching into the one thing?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like giving Blizzard an unreasonable amount of shit is the thing at the center, and you're just like, you see like Nazis,
Climate change deniers.
But then there's also people in there and you're like, hey, why are you here? You're like, why are you here? Like, guy who recycles and makes his own compost. You're like,
oh no.
You're like, I'm here too. And you're like, fuck. Like, you know what? You thought Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was and everybody's here. Giving Blizzard shit in 2018 is and everybody's here.
Waluigi's here too. He can show.
You know what? Yep, that's it. Like, you wanted to know where Waluigi actually was. Like, wah! Like, Diablo Immortal, Mr. Eyeballs. Like, just.
Jesus.
Did you like the Mr. Eyeballs, like, deep cut, Tegan?
Yeah, I did. It was great.
Yeah. Nobody remembers Mr. Eyeballs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You call yourself a Nintendo fan. I'm coming back with the real deep cuts you don't even know.
Okay.
Sorry,
man.
I'm sorry that you remember the ancient lore. You were there when it was forged.
Ancient lore? The game's like 10 years old. Jesus
ancient
Christ.
Lore. The ancient lore. You were there when it was forged.
Fucking Brian Cartwright reforged.
Thank you.
I got like one piece of like tiny late breaking news I just wanted to hit, which and then we can move into Steam, which is that like Nintendo of America caught a rash of shit earlier this week for an animation in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yep.
That was real disappointing. It only showed up in like the Japanese trailer. Like it didn't show up in any of the NA or EU like presentations. But like Game & Watch had like an animation where he like did like his fire like side smash, but he was like dressed in like a headdress, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And it was just like, yo, like hold on a second, what? And they have since apologized, and they say that they will remove it from all promotional material and obviously from the game because it was from a build. Apparently, that's not part of the build anymore. But like, still, man, it's pretty fucking wild.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, and like, and this is one of those things where, I think like Nintendo needs to do a better job of like globalizing its systems of governance. Because there is an animation difference in Melee for Game & Watch, where this animation was reflected in at least one release of Melee, but not all. So like obviously Nintendo of America has always, like, I won't say has always got it, but like there is a point past which Nintendo of America was like, gee, this is not good. But like Nintendo has always been a very top-down company where like Nintendo of Japan is dictated to Nintendo of Europe and Nintendo of America. But I think that it's good and it's hopeful that Nintendo of Japan responded so quickly to feedback from people and from their teams in America who were like, yeah, this is a bad idea. We should fucking not do this. I understand the culturally uninformed. I understand how this happened because without the context of like cultural understanding, like if you're a guy who grew up in Japan and you don't really know anything the fuck about like the history of cultural atrocities in the United States and like erasure of First Nations people by shitty settlers and the history of like crappy, Indian stereotypes, then you know what? Like you might throw something in and not know any better. I am willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. You didn't know, but that's where having a company that like governs globally helps. So that way, like Pete from Nintendo of America can raise his hand and go like, hey, I'm Pete. I just crawled back in the building. Reggie made me throw myself out a window. But now that I'm back, this is a bad idea.
Oh, jeez.
You know, like, let Pete back in the building, y'all. You know?
They, like, disable his key card and everything. Like, fuck.
Yeah, this fucking box is out there by the door.
Damn. After he threw him out the window, fuck. Like, he tries to walk back in and is like, hey, my key card doesn't work. Oh, you're Pete here. This is for you.
Yeah.
He's packed up his desk.
And
fuck.
he's like, you know what? That Game & Watch thing is shit.
Mark my words. And then that's why I didn't get caught.
Yeah, but, I mean, so on one hand, like, I'm really glad that they reacted so quickly. That's cool. I'm willing to give them kudos on that. But they do need to get better about communicating globally and not necessarily being top down in the way that they're organized. How's that for a take?
It's not bad. It's kind of lukewarm, but it works. Gets the job done.
Man, we're almost there, guys. But it's that time. It's that time.
What time is it?
Christmas time!
Nope. Tegan, it's November.
It snowed here. It's been snowing the last 2 days.
Yeah, Tegan, that's because you live in a place where it gets cold. We don't do that.
It's
That's
so
that's not our
cold. I'm
experience.
ready for Christmas now. Thanks. Time
Yeah,
for
it's
Christmas.
sunny out. It's sunny where I'm at. We're at a nice like 67 degrees outside.
My dad kidnapped our lawnmower because he said he was gonna go mow the lawn up in Kent, but like there's snow on the ground. He's gonna just mow over the snow. Fuck it.
Oh man, there's a line in AP Bio where a woman is like complimenting a man that she sees. Well, not directly, but like talking about him. It's like, that man, he looks sturdy. Like he can mow the lawn through a tornado. And I was like, fuck. I kind of want to do that.
Well, my dad's like in his 60s and he's gonna mow the lawn covered in snow. So
Wildin'.
it's all good. We gotta talk about what came out on Steam today. Maybe I'll get some
Yeah,
inspiration
okay, so
from that.
119 games came out on Steam yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's how it works. Including such hot games as Hentai Puzzle Classic.
God damn it. Are you kidding? You know
I'm
you're
not.
It's fucking
I'm literally not.
Hentai Puzzle Classic!
The reason I know that one offhand is it's the last the game that came out yesterday, so it's like it's the top of the stuff from yesterday before I get to the stuff from today.
Yeah.
So out today on Steam, we've got 7 games so far, including first up, Hot Girls.
Hot girls! Hot girls!
God damn it.
Get your hot girls here!
Oh no.
Um,
Not like this.
Oh, definitely like this, Rocky. Welcome to the world of beautiful, hot girls. Meet them all. Play with them at the party and do what you want. Everything depends on your imagination. Show how fast you are.
No, everything
What?
depends on the fucking limitations of this game, number
Test-
one. And
Test
2,
your speed.
why do you want to show how fast you are? That's bad.
It's not good, no.
And earn points by pressing the keys at the right moment.
No.
Unlock new stages. If you just want to watch the beautiful dancing girls, enter free hands mode and relax.
Oh, gross. They're just like, by the way, we included a fat mode.
Yep. Yeah, they did.
During the game, you can slow down animation or stop it absolutely.
Gross.
Locations: Palace Room, City in Heaven, Room with Candles, Twins Stage. Palace. Why is Palace twice, motherfucker?
2 different
I hate
palaces.
this.
There better be. Features. Son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Features.
Features, Tegan.
Girls.
Girls! Wow! Wow! This game is girls! Holy shit, did you know? This game is girls!
It gets better. Slow down or stop animation. Unique music. Visiting the palace.
Jesus fuck.
The palace comes back in the features.
These people don't understand. I don't understand. Wait. Let me write your game features for you.
Girls model.
Oh no.
And then a super fun typo. Different types of dance.
Different
No.
types of dance. My favorite. Fuck.
And this has the new required mature content description disclaimer on Steam. This game may contain content not appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work, nudity or sexual content, general mature content.
Why the fuck would you be playing Steam games at work?
Some people live that way, Tegan.
God, I want to be able to live that way.
All right.
Did you ever see that one video? There was this guy who was like playing Halo, like he's in IT, and then like he gets like a call from like some salesman that's about to go into a meeting, and I forgot what he wanted him to do, but then he like remotes into his desktop, and he sees that like all the icons are like arranged in the shape of a penis, and like he screenshots it because he thinks it's hilarious. And then they ask him to find something, and he doesn't know how to find it because like he doesn't know how to search by dick or whatever. So he like has the normal like icons like sort, so now it looks like an actual screen. And the sales guy like loses it. Like he's like, "Oh shit, man! What did you do?" Like I sorted them alphabetically, but I don't know where anything is now. Well, I mean, you know the name of the thing. No, you don't understand. Like my presentation was like right at like the tip of the perineum, and like
Jesus.
like my Internet Explorer was like at the bottom of the right testicle. Now I'm completely lost. You don't have a presentation in like 5 minutes. And it's like, can you put it back? And it's like, no. Like it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't put it back? Well, I mean there isn't like a arrange by dick function on like Microsoft Explorer. So like what he ends up doing is that he takes the screenshot that he took earlier and just makes it the background of like the screen. And I don't think the sales guy thoroughly understood what he actually did, but he's just like, this is perfect. Thanks, man. Like later, I gotta go. And then he goes to his meeting or whatever.
Oh
the guy goes back to playing Halo.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, truly bananas. Some people live like that, Tegan. It's wild.
So next up, we have
6 more games.
Legend of Homebody.
Okay.
This simple game of a shut-in learning from home and earn money.
No, this is a porn game, isn't it?
It is not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're a shut-in learning from home, are you sure?
What do they call that in Japan when you never leave your house again?
Hikikomori!
Yeah, this pretty much looks like the game of being that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I don't know, because the game does not support English language.
Wow!
Classic.
Amazing.
Yep. Next up, we have Evil Bank Manager.
So you mean Bank Manager?
Yeah, right. It's like lawful evil.
What could be better than having $1 million? Have $1 billion? But this will not give you power over all the world. Your goal is not to make a lot of money, but to start printing them. Become a Federal Reserve System and you will become greatest.
Become a Federal Reserve System. Transform from a regular human manager into a building that is the Federal Reserve. Wow! I can't wait to see that journey.
This game has an incredibly long rambling about this game section, which is so long that I'm going to say, fuck it, you want this info? You can go to Steam. Like, they're Ted Kaczynskiing it up here.
Oh, no.
This game appears to have, like, lots of, like, numbers and graphs. So,
of course
if
it
you
is,
want to
you're
be
a bank manager.
Yeah, I think I'd rather tell you about Tiger Game ROM Knife.
Oh, no.
Except you can't because it doesn't support English language.
Tiger Game ROM Knife says, pin anything you want to your Steam library.
What?
Oh, okay. So basically this is how to make anything you on your computer show up as part of your Steam library.
Oh, so
or
it's like
you
an
could
app.
just fucking like learn how to sort your shit. Like, then we have Bugs Must Die demo. Do you want to live like a coward for a lifetime? Or live like a hero, even if only for a few minutes? Show your bravery in Bugs Must Die.
Fucking kill those bugs, please. They're awful and they're everywhere.
Wait, I think in this game you are the bug. Am I right, Brian?
Yeah.
Aw, no fun.
Then we've got Red Matter. Appears to be a VR game. Red Matter is a story-driven VR puzzle adventure game set during a dystopian sci-fi Cold War. Take on the role of Agent Epsilon, an astronaut of the Atlantic Union dispatched to an abandoned Volgravian moon base on a frozen, faraway planet. Your mission, investigate a shady top-secret research project.
That sounds cool.
This looks like kind of like one of those like story-driven walking simulators, which is kind of like using lots of like Soviet imagery and like classic sci-fi imagery as you wander around like an abandoned moon base.
So you mean it's not a game?
Oh, Tegan, for Christ's sake. Jesus wept. And so did I. And lastly, accurate segmentation 3. Wait, does this guy only release games on Saturdays? Because I know we've covered accurate segmentation 1 and 2. In fact, I believe we covered them last week and the week before.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man, he's got us.
Accurate Segmentation 3 is an exciting physics game in which you need to divide, throw, disable, destroy physical objects in various levels in this game. Use your logic and ingenuity to make physics work for you. I believe that's the same description as the previous fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
Features and addictive gameplay, interesting and well-loved game with physics, unusual levels, nice soundtrack, palace level.
Palaces?
No.
Palaces
You
are
made that
in.
up. Fuck you, Brian. Like...
Palaces are in this year. Didn't you
They're
know
not
that?
They're not advertising palaces again. No.
Yeah, they're advertising palaces again because they're trying to get that Animal Crossing crowd. Upgrade your home to Palace State. Oh my god.
Oh man.
So that is what came out on Steam today. Rocky, tell the people what's what.
All right. So guys, this is our show. It's called Impossible Coin. Do it every week. We hope you liked it. And if you did, we'd like to know about that. We definitely enjoy positive feedback. But if you have negative feedback, we'll take that too. Try to grow from it. Just hit us up on the Facebook, on the Twitter, and the Tumblr. Or if you want to go the extra mile, you can leave us a review on Google Play, iTunes, and Stitcher. And in fact, if you do leave your review on iTunes, Brian owes you a special gift. There is music at the beginning and end of this podcast. It's produced by our friend, Big Sach. You can find his work at soundcloud.com/Big Sach NJ, or you can find him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. As always, we occasionally stream. Brian's getting back on that horse, with the Hitmans. He'll be hitmanning on the weekends, usually on Fridays. I might be streaming sometime in the future. We'll talk about that when that comes up. In this episode, I ask that you guys use secrets responsibly. Use them for the betterment of the people that will affect, and not to avoid people knowing that you're actively hurting them. I don't want that from you guys. I believe in you guys. But that's our show. That's our thing.
Yeah. Palace level?
Damn it.
Well,
Brian's gonna construct it just for you.
Well, I guess that's a show, guys. Peace. Take a bye out.
Later.
Bye out. Bye out.